Oh, let me turn off my fan. Hope everyone's doing well. A little bit of a late start, but that's all right. We usually have some late starts here. Okay. Nice. So I'm just looking at my portfolio today. Not terrible. Not great either, so. Let me get. Nice. So, nice. We have a nice rebound on SPY today. Looks like we're breaking out as well. If you guys are just tuning in, welcome, welcome. Glad everyone's here. Sorry we got a late start, but not really. Kind of. Lots of names. Looks like yesterday was the dip buy. We'll talk about key levels and stuff for a SPY to hold. So once I finish here, yeah, we'll get all of our key levels, stuff like that, and then should be good. Wish had a nice bounce today because from all the way to 6. Tesla looks good. Datch chat, yeah, Datch chat. I'm officially up 2 times on, so I'm officially up 2x on Datch chat. And one of my followers took Dat. I know a lot of my followers took Dat chats with me, so we're up 100%. If you guys did take that, so almost done here. We'll, hope everyone's having a good morning. All right, so yeah, Dat's chat. We're looking really, really good on. We did hit 15. So I started swinging from 750. So let's just take a look. Hopefully everyone's having a good morning. So look at this. We have this consolidation for a long period of time. We even have some more consolidation, and then we break out. So yeah, I even talked about yesterday about this flag. Once we break it, we could have a lot of upside. So we break that flag, and absolutely perfect. So that is awesome. What's your position on DATS, and how much will you scale back? I'm gonna scale out 150% now. Um, so okay. Um, I've been scaling out. I sold half my position this morning, so you guys know that I've been playing DATS. Good morning. Good morning, Patrick. Yeah, so I'm out half right now. I'm willing to hold this other half. I said it's kind of longer term, so I'm gonna hold for 20 to 30, but I did scale out half. So yeah, I did make some really, really good money on. So that XP looks, geez, XP is down today as well. Man, that chat's down. No love for growth right now. Wonder what IWM. That's why. For me, SPY's got to break. SPY's got to break this probably. Well, we did break this 436 mark, so I don't know. We'll see. Morning, June. There's a lot of. Yeah, DATS does look good, so. Officially up 2x on DATS. I mean, you can see, look, we consolidate for a long, long, long time. Once that consolidation we break over, the moves are very explosive. We go 8 to 16, so. People think consolidation are a bad thing, but, you know, really, it's quite good. What are my growth stock is up? Upstart is up a lot. FLGT is up a lot. DMTK, Apple, nice. My favorite. Okay. So, good morning. Let's look at NCNA. We'll be live for quite a while today too. Mm, so NCNA, same thing. Remember how we've been coiling? What we want to see is if it breaks this, if it breaks 320, about 320, we could go up. But honestly, we do have a nice look at this support line. The support line looks really good. I'd wait, not the best play. We can see that volume's kind of drying out, but maybe if we get some volume, we can break out of this. But it doesn't look terrible. Not my top play though. Um, if we can break out of this, possibly, but we'll see. I'm sure we can take a look at RGS too. I might need to use the restroom here as well. RGS. Are you talking RGS long term? Oh, yeah, you must be talking RGS. So, thanks for DATS up 97. Oh, are you up 97%? Oh, great. I'm glad. I know like three of my followers have personally like went into my chat and thanked me for DATS being up that much. But yeah, you guys are welcome. Um, I did. I don't know if you guys. I did start multi-streaming, so I am multi-streaming on YouTube. Wait. All right, I'm gonna go run and use the restroom. Swing. I will look at that right when I come back. Give me like 2 minutes, guys.
All right, let's imagine that you could do it over basically his way. What would you do differently? You would talk about what? And what stuff? Yes, James, but by articulating what happened, you accept it. It's the first step in healing.
All right, sorry, we are back. All right, we are back. My apologies. All right, so we'll talk about RGS for a swing. Um, Honestly, I don't like it too much. I don't like it at all. We have no chance that we bottom here. We can still go lower. So yeah, I would probably say no. Nice red candle. Jeez. Jeez. Yeah, my growth is getting absolutely obliterated today. Um, Even SPY is kind of up. Yeah, my portfolio is almost red today as well. Um, Very interesting for sure. Pretty sad. SPY's up 0.5% and I'm red. I'm up 0.4% of my portfolio, but couple stocks are carrying me. My Upstart's carrying me, some stuff like that, but no one's really liking growth right now. Well, with growth stocks, they come in waves, so not too worried. Yeah, ARK's doing really, really bad as well, so that's another one to keep a name on. I love ARK, but sometimes they just have bad ones. But okay, so I'm just tweeting out some stuff. Yeah, DATS looks really, really good. A lot of market relative strength, but yeah, I really think that SPY is going to have another big dip here, in my opinion. Um, Still pretty oversold. We're still working on another bear flag, really. We have a lot of support right here, but we want to really make sure that if we could break over 447 again, we're bullish for the rest of the year. But until then, not too sure. So I don't know. Hopefully, SPY can hold up today. I would love SPY to hold up today because I don't like my portfolio bleeding anymore. But if you guys are just joining, got any questions, let me know. CAI is even up 8% today as well. So I need to find some new swings though because I'm gonna move some of my dad's profit over to my long-term growth portfolio today. But for the most part, I would like to find some more swings. I'm still in LPTX. Do you think that it will go up for me? Is it a hold? I can look. But yeah, I'm gonna move over some money soon. LPTX. Yeah, LPTX looks fine. And actually, we tried really, really hard today to break out. We were gonna break out of this flag today, but it looks like we had some downward selling. Yeah, I still think that it's intact. It looks okay. I don't see too big of a problem holding that. In my opinion, it looks decent. I want to see why isn't live chat connecting multi-streaming? Okay, maybe that works now. We'll see. But yeah, SPY does look heavy, fortunately. Can't believe some of my, like, all these growth plays, like ARK is down today. XP is down. Crazy. Does happen though. Thanks. Yeah, you're welcome. Those just tuning in. Got any questions? Let me know. Yeah, hopefully SPY can hold up today. We'll see. Fix and sub, and then we'll be ready to go. If you guys have any questions, let me know. But yeah, I want to see. I know the Fed's talk today, and I figured out what the problem was. So pretty much they're going to run out of money. So when the government runs out of money, they have to print more bonds. Now the problem is that all their money for this year has been spent. So I propose that the Democrats are going to either raise the limit or they're going to start printing more money. So if they do print more money, the market's going to go up. If they don't start printing more money, we could still have this downwards trend. So be an interesting dynamic to look at today. Serene Therapeutics, one of my favorite therapeutics, is doing good today. But yeah, also like when we look at these stocks, they don't go just straight down as well. So maybe we are seeing a longer bear flag possibly. So we'll just have to see how the market plays out. I doubt we see like a correction or anything. I think if we do see a correction, it's not going to be like it's a market crash or a recession. It's just probably going to be a correction. So yeah, I'm interested to see though what plays out today. It doesn't seem like that's enough news to put us in a correction, but the market kind of looks pretty heavy, and CEI is also taking off as well. Take a look at CEI. CEI, yeah, we hit 368, so this thing has to have a pullback eventually. We can't just keep going up. So we keep flagging a little. Yeah, like that is not healthy. We're gonna have a pullback eventually, but it does look decent. I just saw your adder post, homie. Come tell me everything gonna be all right. Oh, so Paul? We have Paul and Adder. Yeah, if you guys are just getting in here, appreciate it. You guys got any questions at all? Let me know. Okay, let's take a look at Paul. I don't know what Paul is, unless you meant Halt. But yeah, CI looks like we got some nice follow through. Is it Paul? I'm not sure, but we can look at Adder. So when I look at Adder, we still look okay. The problem is my only problem with Adder is that, let me remove this line. What we want to see is that we break this long-term resistance line, right? And this long-term resistance line is all the way up here, and we were starting to kind of close in on it. We did seem to have this really, really good support right here, but we did break it. So I want to see Adder push it back 12. It still looks intact, but we do have to break, this resistance line before we're going to see any upside, in my opinion. If you guys got any questions, let me know. Yeah, that's what I would probably say about that. SPY still doesn't know what to do. I don't know what pulp means. Cody, we have two Codys. That's crazy. I mean, Adder still looks fine. If it dips below 911, that's going to be a problem. What I like to see is that we have higher highs. We have a high, so we have a higher high, and what I would like to see is that we make another higher high. So honestly, this like 10 level is going to be very key coming up if we do get down there. It's Paul. Okay, yeah, we can take a look at Paul. Um, let's take a look. Oh, geez. So we got to find where our resistance is. So we have no resistance because this was the all-time high. If we go, we did gap up. So my problem is right here is we very risky. There's not a lot of support right here. So we broke this flag, we boosted up, but we still have a big gap to fill. If we could, once we hit this gap at 752, I could potentially go long, but not until we fill that gap. SPY's trying to break out here. We'll see if they can. What is happening with APPS? Market. I mean, APPS is still a great stock. The problem is that when we have these, we're still flagging. We're gonna break out here soon. Eventually, we just have to be patient. The thing with I mean, we were up almost 30% in a couple weeks, so apps needed a pullback. But once APPS is a high growth company, once you start to see these corrections, growth stocks get hit first. So this is a high growth stock; it's going to get hit first. But still relatively, we hit 76. We're down at 69. Not terrible. Would like to see a run up today, though. Maybe we can be green on the day. SPY does look like it's trying to. Nice 15-minute candle on SPY. Could potentially make a bigger move here. So, yeah, and then if you guys didn't notice, why you guys think my Streamlabs looks different, we definitely I started streaming on Twitch, so I got the multi thing. A nice candle on SPY, nice hammer. We're gonna be kind of trading all over. So Twitch, we have no one, and then on Facebook,
So, why you guys think my stream?
we're streaming as well. So yeah, if you guys are just tuned in, you got any questions, let me know. Okay. All right. Just curious. Yeah, it looks like we could be breaking out on SPY as well. That looks pretty good. Lucid, what do you think about this? So I'm not gonna rant, but we'll go into the graph. I'm gonna talk while I send some stuff out. My problem with Lucid is, if anyone in these followers, everyone here that's been in here for a while, everyone knows that I want to see earnings. For me, a company can be really hyped. It can be great, but the problem is if we have no earnings, we're gonna run out of money. We're eventually gonna have to dilute our shares. So if you have no earnings, that's a problem for me. And Lucid has no earnings. That's why I don't play bio stocks. Bioceuticals, they don't have any earnings until their drug gets approved. So until their drug gets approved, they're constantly using money to pay their workers, to develop these new technologies, and maybe they get a new cure or a vaccine or something of that sort that then they get revenue on, or sorry, earnings and revenue. Hopefully revenue, or hopefully earnings, profit, I should say. So that is interesting, but the problem with Lucid, we're going to look at the fundamentals, is that we're getting about $1,000 a quarter. So what we do, if we look on cash on hand quarter to quarter, we can see how longer are we going to have this much cash. But whenever a company runs out of money, they have to dilute their shares. Ew, that does not look good from SPY right there. So what diluting shares does is it puts more shares back into the market cap, so it makes them worth less. But then the companies will buy them for a lower price, so it kind of is intriguing for them. So I do think on these no, revenue stocks, I do have a problem with buying those. If you guys are just tuning in, welcome. I'm almost finishing up here, but that's my problem with Lucid. Now you could be bullish. I know they're working on some really good battery technology. I don't know about that stuff. For me, the money speaks and the hype doesn't. So that's what I'm big on. I know a lot of people think Lucid's going to be the next thing. That's what we call hype. That's what the company has said. That's what people have said. But until I can see some product that's driving on the street, until I can see some batteries, yeah, you're welcome, Dwight. Then I'm not really, I don't know what the word is. So let's just take a look. I know Lucid has been running up pretty good. Did hit 30 today. That is crazy. So my problem with Lucid is that we have a lot of resistance. It looks like we hit this, 27 to 30, and we always come back down here. So if I was it looks like this is heavy resistance. So if I was a bull and I did get back up here, I would sell. And we have a lot of support down here, so I would buy right here. But for me, unless we can break above this, I would say 30 mark, we're really, really bullish. Until then, it looks like we're starting to maybe top out here. We are starting to base under here. A big breakout could happen over 28, but not my favorite. And then if you guys are just tuning in, welcome. You got any questions, let me know. If we do go to Lucid, let's just go to Lucid stock. I want to show you guys. So we can see that we have about 174,000 of revenue, but our cost of revenue is really expensive. Okay, so let's see what our cash on hand is. So we're losing 250 million a quarter, it looks like. So we do have cash on hand for another 2 quarters, so another year, or sorry, a half year. So we'll have to see another half a year. IBRX long term, yeah, we could take a look. Yeah, nice. SPY looks like we're breaking out. We have a nice flag set up. There's a big breakout above here. So looks like we're starting to turn up on SPY. Turn down for what? I should have bought calls yesterday. I literally watched the order flow come through. Oh, I also had a question for you guys. So IBRX, we have a nice double bottom right here. We are starting to make some higher highs right now. We do have one higher high. If I was going to go long right here, I'd want to make sure that 934 is my stop loss, this last low. For longevity, we can take a look real quick at some earnings and stuff like that. I'm going to probably think the earnings are not good based on the chart, but we can definitely look. So it's a bioceutical, so I don't know about the catalyst, but no earnings and cash on hand we have been diluting. So not my favorite. Don't like the graph long term, to be honest. I wouldn't say that it's probably the best swing available. Damn, SPY's really trying hard to break out. There's a lot of sellers at that 437 level. Yeah, there's just lots of sellers. So hopefully some of those sellers will clear out. All right. I'm trying to look on Twitch. Don't have any, not one follow or viewer. I don't know if it's because I don't have stock in my name. So those sellers will clear out. Not sure. Okay, SPY looks like we're trying again for that 437. That 437 level is going to be really, really big for us to claim. And if we're talking about SPY levels, once we break this 437, we have room all the way up to 438. Want to see if any of my growth stocks are starting to turn back to life. Oh, this piece of crap. So many pieces of craps in my portfolio right now. Just duds. Ugh. How disgusting. CEI is turning up. But yeah, there's a lot of sellers in this range. CEI is going to need a pullback. But as I say that, we have a perfect flag on the 1 minute, on the 5 minute, of course. Thing is like thanks, Chris, for the sub. Appreciate it, man. CEI making me money. Hell yeah, man. Wait, why is this? Wait, JC. Hold up. Why are you over here? Yeah, you guys are welcome. I know, like I said, I had interesting why this isn't working. Yeah, I know I had a lot of followers. Like I said, I think I've had 6 or 7 DM me on Twitter, and then I've seen 5 today that have made a lot of money off of DATS. Let's be real here. DATS is very overextended. We started at $3. We have had a lot of consolidation, but if you're up 100% or shit, if you're even up 30%, 50% on a play, make sure you're scaling out, please. Like, one thing I don't want you guys to do is be up a lot of money on a play and then not scale out, okay? So make sure that you're scaling out. Be a smart investor. I know you see people all over Twitter saying this is going to be 50 to 100, but on to the day, we can definitely fall all the way back. So just make sure you're scaling out, raising up your stop losses. Just the very smart investor activity, I would say. Yeah, but figure out how I need to grow on Twitch, because Twitch is hard. I haven't gotten 1 view on Twitch yet, which is fine. I mainly promote my YouTube. That's where I'd rather have my followers, but still just interesting. So we'll see. Hopefully Twitch works out. I was figuring, hey, if I could. I do like Twitch because I feel like, don't mistake me if I'm wrong, but I feel like you guys, like, for me, it'd be really cool if, like, I think that, like, the whole sub thing on Twitch is really, really good, right? If you guys, maybe make money off of my plays, if you guys like the content, maybe you guys would sub, and you'd stand out from other viewers. So I really like that idea. That's what I like on Twitch, because I used to stream there for games, and I really like the subs. It was kind of a nice way to give people could get back, and then also I would do like sub giveaways and stuff like that. I don't know if YouTube has that. Maybe once you're monetized it does, but I'm not sure. That's what I don't like about YouTube. You should be able to have that sub button, or like not the sub button, but they call it sub on Twitch. That's what I really liked. But I figure some of you would sub. But yeah, I am excited about DATS, but just make sure you're scaling out. Yeah, 437 is a lot of resistance, but if we do break 437, we have been basing right under there. Could see an explosive move. Would you done? Well, Austin, your dash is excellent. Okay, I've read that. Thank you, appreciate it. Would you use trailing stops? We can talk about trailing stops for a second. So a trailing stop is, let's say I put a trailing stop on for 10% on CEI. Once it falls 10%, I'm going to stop out. For me, what would be better for me is, let's look at the graph right now on CEI, right? We can see that our last low was at this 296 level, and we have a lot of support. So for me, I'd rather have a solid support line at 296 than 10%. That 10% is an arbitrary number. It doesn't have a lot of things behind it. But what I mean by a lot of things is it doesn't have a lot of, there's no stop loss. That's just kind of an arbitrary number. So I'd rather look at the graph, and it's quite easy. You look, even if you looked, we do have some, we did consolidate right here. We have some good support at 271, decent support at 296. Like, I'd rather use those stop losses instead of that arbitrary number, if that makes sense. That's my opinion. Yeah, again, I appreciate everyone. Yeah, like I said, been calling out DATS since 750s. I called CEI out at 90 cents. I called the only stock that's been on my swings that has been down is Wish, and I called that at 6. But we still have some chance. I am gonna look for some other swings. APPS, one of my other swings, has been up like 25% this week. Has had a rough couple of days, but that's important to note as well. That one, I don't know if that's really a swing. It's a long-term play, but that one's been doing really, really well. If you guys are just tuning in, you guys got any questions, let me know. I think once you become monetized, you can I never want this to be like a channel where you're paid for, right? But I do think the sub thing is cool. Helps me out, and then if you guys like it, but that's, I hope maybe one day we'll see when I get monetized on YouTube, if I ever do. Because I'm not a financial advisor. You make sure I say that in every video. Just checking on Twitch. Yeah, still nothing. One viewer. Thanks for all the subs coming in too. Appreciate it. Just taking a look. Oh, I was gonna show you guys. Yeah, SPY looks like we're trying to base over this. I I was thinking yesterday that if you guys know that I'm not like a Wall Street's bet person, right? I'm not into that stuff. But look at this thumbnail I made. Kind of. Hold up. Look at this thumbnail. Invest beginner's guide, and I have the diamond hand and the rocket emojis. I was figuring that like I should be able to get some followers off of that, right? So yeah, my thumbnail game is going to be strong from now on. LIL or LOL, maybe LOL. Um, yeah, SPY looks like we're going to be trying to break out here. This 437, if we can break out, we've been basing right under it. We could have a nice ways up. So yeah, if you guys got any questions, you guys are just tuning in, let me know. If you guys want to talk Pokemon cards, I got all my graded Pokemon cards right here. Psyduck, Alakazam, whatever you guys want to talk about, we can talk about for sure. Appreciate everyone being here. We have I know yesterday was really slow, but we got a lot of people here today. I still, it doesn't really matter to me the people, but it is nice to have the chat going a bit. I wish this video would blow up. This ultimate guide to investing in stocks. I made it like a kindergarten class. What is a brokerage? How to download a brokerage? What account type? So I feel like I've been doing some more content, some educational content. I don't know if you guys have looked at these videos, but if you guys go to my playlist and you go to technical analysis tutorials, hello everyone, welcome back to another YouTube video. Today there's some good going over support and resistance. There's some good stuff in there. So if you guys are interested, Pokemon Oreos are trending. Paul jumped again. Oh, fat finger syndrome, that helped. Okay, let's look at. Yeah, I know. I saw the Oreos going up crazy. Like I said, I have too many Pokemon cards. Like all of these cards right here are worth 20 and up. Right here, these are my cards that I need to get graded. I got a lot of first gen cards. I got a whole box of the first set, so Fossil, base set, jungle set, and then I have some cards that I'm looking at the value of the prices right here. So just some of these first gen cards. I bought a whole box. This Snorlax is worth a lot. Dark Machoke. Love this Dark Machoke. Okay. Pokemon Oreos. I can't. Yeah, I know. There's that's so weird for me. Pokemon Oreos, but hey. I did need to see what I got on this test. I am going to look real quick on my phone. If you guys are just tuning in, you guys got any questions, let me know. I need to take a look at my personal email. One of these professors, okay, first of all, I cannot stand school right now because I'm learning about these stock market classes because I have to get my license to, actually be a hedge fund manager. But these professors are so dumb, okay? I'm listening from people who have probably never invested in their life. They're telling me how to find a hyper growth, a growth stock, and it is so it's so hard for me not to be rude. I've never been rude, but it's just when you know so much about something and you have to hear other people talk about it, you're required to, and it's not good information. I'm not saying I know everything. I know for sure. I am very uneducated on a lot of things in the stock market, but these professors have no idea, and it kills me to sit through their class sometimes. So yeah, that's another thing. If you guys have any questions, let me know. SPY looks like we're turning up, possibly. But yeah, this professor graded me wrong on this assignment, right, that we were doing. And pretty much this assignment was we had to figure out stocks that are going to be for the next generation, right? And I obviously did APPS. And he told me that it wasn't a good choice. And I still like this I mean, if you talk to any like like I know a lot of financial people that are super bullish on APPS. There's no reason you shouldn't be bullish on APPS. I don't know if you just like, I don't know. It's very interesting. But if you guys got any questions, let me know. Jesus Christ. Sorry guys. Why is this not working? How annoying. Okay. And I wonder if this multi-stream, okay. Yeah, hopefully Spy looks okay. It's just very weird, the price action today. Sorry, to the call again. I'm trying to answer it quick so it doesn't come through my Mac. Okay, well then sign me in. I don't know, this thing's a piece of crap. Sorry. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Just trying to figure out this. Spy's looking heavy. I don't know. Spy's got to break this 437 level, and we're having a really hard time doing that. So, I don't know, hopefully we'll see something. Love that I would love a 437 break on Spy. That'd be awesome because would love Spy to get back on an uptrend. I mean, I still think it can go down, but okay, yeah. And we said Paul was a look at, so yeah, Paul looks like we're moving up too. You can see I looks good, but let's go move over to Paul. Yeah, Paul. Like I said, for me, with this big halt, like right now, it'd be so risky to buy up here. I mean, it has to see a pullback. Um, I'd buy a pullback in maybe like the nines. I wouldn't buy the stock, but super just very parabolic. So yeah, I think Paul is a sympathy to Datch Chat. I think it's just like Datch Chat, and people are figuring it out. So I think that's kind of why it's going. But Datch Chat's not up that much either, like compared to 100%. So not too sure what I'm just looking and it said that someone that's reputable that on my timeline said that it's a sympathy play. When a sympathy play is like on those, I don't know if you guys have seen, but there's been those stocks that are up like 1,000% that day. Sympathy plays are stocks that are in kind of like the same industry, kind of do the same thing. Those stocks will get a big push as well. Think of when there's that day that the solar there was like Pola, sundial growers, or not sundial, but there was, I don't know, there's a whole bunch, and it was running because of SPI. The stock was up 1,000%. So sympathies are a whole other topic. Nice 5-minute candle coming through. Looks like we've established a higher low on SPY. Just a lot of chop right now. Could have a pretty overextended move, 434 to 436. So hopefully we can break that 437 level. If you guys are just tuning in, you got any questions, let me know. Damn, you got in at 640 this morning. That's great. That's really great. I hope you make some money. Um, looks like we're halted up again. Yeah, halted up again. Geez, I would make sure that you scale out a little bit, but you know we have a lot of room to run upwards. I'm not saying this is not a buy whatsoever, but if you are in from there, we do have a lot of room to run up. My only problem is that it's literally been straight up. There's not even been a red candle on the 5-minute. And if we apply our RSI, we're really overbought. Our 1 minute's not bad. Our 1 minute, do you guys see these little flags? These 1 minutes. We don't have much flags, but these little teeny flags. Once these flags break, look at this. That's technical analysis for you. Excerpt.to, you have to tell me what that is. Is that a token? Not sure what you're talking about there. That's crazy moves though. Hey, congratulations if you got that play, but I don't know why that's not working. You guys tune in. You guys got any questions? Let me know. What you're talking about there. But looks decent. I only had enough to buy 40, so I'm watching like a hawk. 40 is still a lot. That's a big profit if you really think about it. 40 shares almost doubled your money from 4. That's a lot of money. Like I'm saying, like even if you can only have $500, you can still have big profit days. It's kind of a misconception that you can't. You can definitely have big profit days. I've had some of my big profit days off of like $100, like off $1,000, just trading some options, stuff like that. I am excited to see on. Okay, so on Twitch we have 2 viewers now. Okay, so that is cool. Oh shoot, it's a Toronto exchange. Xro.to. Okay, we can look. Xro.to. You have to. SPY was looking good. I can't find it. You'll have to give me a better ticker. Yeah, watch it like a hawk. The problem is that with these big halts up, we can have these big halt downs as well. So we'll see. I would like to see Paul, but with these big halts down, up, and down, we get really, really volatile. We can halt down pretty easily here as well. But hopefully for your case, it doesn't. I'm gonna look. Let's go into Twitch real quick. Excuse me. Okay. What is Prime Gaming? I don't know how to use Twitch. Interesting. And then okay. A lot of viewers on Twitch, but they don't want to see me. Hey, Blueberry, how are you? Thanks, Timothy Hines. Tim Hines. Aren't you the principal at my school? Timothy Hines? If you are, can you please pass me on all my classes this year? Okay, USWS. We have a nice higher low end for the day. Textbook breakout right here. If you were going to enter, you'd have to use 1.04 as a stop loss. Still don't like it. It's not like a really, really good uptrend. There's nothing, maybe this could be, I would buy right here, this support line maybe, like $1.05, but nothing crazy. Good morning. I missed the part about DATS. Thrilled with that one. Do you think it will keep going up? Bless you. Extra Technologies. Let me look at that. Thank you. Let me look at that. So Janelle, yeah. And also Janelle, I saw you're from Colorado. I'm from Colorado as well. Let me find my Colorados. Shirts. I don't even know. My girlfriend takes all of my sweatshirts. I did have sweatshirts. Exo. Good, thanks. Do you think that's still good buy or is it gonna fall? Okay, let's take a look. So kind of with DATS right now, kind of with CI, it's buy high, sell higher kind of mentality right now. So let's talk about what happened with DATS, why I saw this play. So I saw that we tried 1, 2, 3, 4 times to really, really break out of this. So once I was adding in here these 750 levels, once it broke this support line up here, I added more at the 9s. And then I saw, that we were forming a perfect symmetrical triangle. Once we broke out again yesterday, I bought more. But I have an average of about 8, I would say, so I'm up double my percent. So I scaled out half this morning at about 16.5. I still think we could have some room to run, but I would, I would try to wait for a pullback or at least average in a little bit. Yeah, Colorado. Yeah, I'm from Arvada. I don't know if you know where Arvada's at. Yeah, Colorado is cool. I saw that we're done with the 80s and 90s for like for the rest of the year, which is cool. Except I just got a front wheel drive car I just bought. So I used to have a Jeep. So we'll have to see how that goes. Unfortunately, pretty bad idea. It is cool though. So. Ugh, too early to be up. Too early. But yeah, my thing with DATS is same thing with CEI. I mean, we were at $3 a few months ago. What I like about DATS is that we've been kind of consolidating a little bit longer. But the same scenario is once these plays run out of steam, once we can see, like I will be able to see once it runs out of steam. But same thing with BBIG. If you guys were back there when I was live, like I told you guys, once BBIG was over, we had that really really nice run. But as soon as that play was over, I knew it was over, and I got out of there at 975. People are still holding down at 6, but you got to be conscientious. We have stocks that are running, up thousands of percent. You have to be intelligent enough to know that they can fall back down quite easily. Parabolic um, parabolic moves can't be. They run out of. They soon will just run out of buyers and they go down. If you think of any parabolic move, it's going to get to a point where just there's not enough buyers in that area. People are selling, and parabolic moves never end up lasting. Even Tesla, we had a very parabolic move, but we did have a really big pullback this year. So I'm not saying that parabolic moves have to go down back to their starting base, but what I'm saying is that they do have to see a significant move downwards if they're going to keep going up. So we have had some really big parabolic. I think CEI. I'm completely out of CEI. I'm holding like a few hundred shares just for fun. But, other than that, we could wake up to it being down 20-30% just if it runs out of steam. And because, it's a 30-cent company, in my opinion. So as soon as we run out of steam, we're going to be done. But I think everyone here should have good averages. If you see CI at a discount, I wouldn't buy it. Just too overextended right now. Even the $2 range, I could see buying, but now it's just like, now you're just getting FOMO. Bad. If you guys got any questions, let me know. Will Serene go up? I like Serene Therapeutics long term. How do you know when to step out? Nah, not your principal. Oh, damn it. Chart. Yeah, we'll take a look. I wish. Oh, that would be cool. All right. So, I really like Sorrento. It's in my long term portfolio. It has a really really good pipeline. Um, Long term, yes, but I mean the chart right now looks fine. If you're a long term buyer, right here's a great time to buy. It's 7.5. Really really good time to buy. But I'm not gonna talk too much about it. It's a long term play, so you don't see BBIG making a squeeze. No. I mean maybe it could squeeze upwards a little bit, but I don't see it going back to all time highs. Let's take a look at BBIG when I realized it was over. Okay. Um, So for me, with BBIG, look at this. We have a higher high, a higher high, a higher high, a higher high, but right here we started to have a lower low. So what I don't want to see is lower lows. So we have a lower low right here, our first lower low on the 4 hour. So this lower low, we confirm this, we drop more, and I sold out at 975. So what I'm going to see is CEI. If we just look at CEI, we've had these higher highs. Higher high, higher high. Disclude this. Higher high, higher high, higher high. So if we go past our last low, so our last low is at 296. If we go below that somehow, that's going to be invalidated, in my opinion. Does BT look like a buy? Look at the charts and energy coal stock. I think energy and coal is getting kind of hyped up, but I know the futures are going crazy. Looks like a nice long-term trend stock. Doesn't look bad. And actually, if you're a buyer, this is actually really, really interesting. You see this really nice support line. Buyers, it hit this line today, and buyers stepped in at 12.58. But a really, really good chance for a risk reward if you put your stop loss under 12.40. That looks like a good risk reward for sure. Let's take a look at. It's a really nice graph. So I figure our revenue looks good as well. Ooh, nice. So we have beaten revenue, not really growing, but it looks like it's fat at 1883. So, it looks like it's a very, established stock. We're not going to have any violent price moves, but with the sector running, it looks like it could be okay. My problem with this one is that we've really lost money over year to year. Year to year, we're down. But the chart does look nice if you are, based on the chart, if you are a buyer right here would be a good spot. But you should move your selfie cam so we can see both the graphs with you. Okay, I actually had thanks for letting me know because I had to, I want you guys to be able to see the chat too. So maybe bottom left. Let me know if bottom left is okay. Yeah, you're welcome. I know that I had to move it back for the video last night. Let me know if that's good. I don't know if you guys want to see the chat. I need to find another monitor so I can do chat as well. So that's on my list of stuff to do. Yeah, you're welcome, Joe. Oh my goodness, I am down so much money today. Again, EPPS looks okay. XP has pissed me off. I mean, I might actually cut my losses on this. It's one of my favorite long-term growth stocks, but geez, like nasty candle. We were so close to breaking out, really, really close. Like we would have seen 68s, almost close to all-time highs, but we just couldn't break out today. That momentum killed us. Much better, thank you. Yes, you're welcome. But I also, am I even centered? Oh man, but interesting stuff. I don't want to go to school today. I hate school. I hate school so much. Sometimes I just wonder why I even go. It's hard because you really can't be like a. It's hard to be anything financial related without at least a finance degree. Like, let's be real. If you didn't know it was like someone like me, if you just saw this young kid making your portfolio without a finance degree, first of all, you're not a financial advisor, so you can't. But would you really trust him? Like, I'm telling you right now, all these financial advisors, I know a lot that I'm interning with and stuff. These guys will be lucky if they make their clients 6% a year. And it's crazy because they take like 10% of that, the income back, that they make, which is crazy. If you really think about it, you should easily be able to make 9.6% a year. The S&P goes up 9.6% a year, and your financial advisor is giving you like literally 4 to 6%. I always thought financial advisors were some of the biggest. I wouldn't say that they're scamming, but like they kind of. I mean, the thing about the S&P is a little bit risky, I guess, if you're like kind of dumb. I don't know, but the S&P is really not that risky in my opinion. But they to be aggressive. All the people say that the full S&P is an aggressive strategy, and just for me personally, I thought S&P was a very conservative, but in the financial world, S&P is aggressive. So, um, yeah, that's I always thought that was an interesting dynamic that the S&P was an aggressive portfolio. Didn't seem like it should be. Maybe I'm wrong, but SPY is not doing good. Same with my portfolio. My portfolio is not doing good. CI is breaking out again though. Geez, look at this. Crazy. Look for perfect bull flag. Once we break over that resistance, huge moves up. That's also important to note. Just look at this chart. Whenever I put those resistance lines, once they break, you see these really big parabolic moves. So if you're what you call a scalper, and what a scalper does is they play for little profits. You can scalp that. Less Pokemon, more monitors. Hey James, how's it going? I trust you over the ads that we had with Fidelity. Dots on a tear again. Yeah, like the financial advisors are just, I think that they're outdated. I mean, like obviously, you need to have some bonds in there, whatever, so people, can actually have money if they need. But there's just a lot of, I could make a very, very aggressive yet conservative portfolio. I could mix the S&P with some other indexes with, a little bit of hyper growth stocks with some blue chip stocks, that's what I would do. I'd balance out conservative indexes with hyper growth stocks. But yeah, DAX is on a tear. Jeez. And SPY is on a tear downwards. Same with my portfolio. What is down? Okay, what is down on my portfolio so much? I have a lot of names, but I don't know why I'm so mad about XP. Like I've actually been very pressed about XP being down to 15% yesterday. Upstart is green on my portfolio. FLGT, SI is up a lot. Neo's up. Who is Futu up? Tiger is down. Do I not have Futu in my portfolio? Oh yeah, Futu's up almost 1.5%. So Futu, that stock I was talking about, remember? We're getting some relative strength back. So yeah, if you guys are new, welcome, welcome, welcome. But yeah, financial advisors, I don't want to call them scammers because I don't really think that they're scammers. But like, my whole thing is I guarantee I can make you 10% a year, and if I charge 1% of your 1% of what you made, I can make you 9% a year. These financial advisors are making 5%. Some of them even take like half. Um, it's hard. I don't know if it's considered scammy, but business model. I don't know. Like, if you can't make your client like at least 5% a year, like you should just not. You should just. I don't know. Thanks for all the subs coming in too. I always appreciate the subs. Trying to get monetized eventually, so 442. Really appreciate everyone being here as well. Like, all right, cool, cool. Spy. Yeah, CI is or Dax is on a tear. Brandon, thanks for the sub. Appreciate it, buddy. Looks like we're gonna break this resistance line on Spy. But yeah, this is. How did RSI cool off so much from? Interesting. Okay. If you guys got any questions, if you're just tuning in, let me know. I lit it up on XP yesterday. Fuck my life. Thought the 16% drop was nice. We'll come back up. Yeah. Like I said, XP is not bad right now. XP is one of those stocks that you. I mean, we're only down 4% today. That is my one stock. Like I'm looking at my growth portfolio, James, and that's my one stock that is just not holding up. Um, Upstart is doing really really good, and then FLGT, yeah, XP. Honestly, XP is gonna bounce back, but um, a little pissed about that. FLGT is doing really good in my long term portfolio stock too. FLGT is one of my long term plays, and we just finally broke out today. So, like FLGT a lot, I am holding a lot of shares. Any lunch money tip for today apart from that dinner money? But yeah, I still think 16% dip. You're gonna make that back really, really soon. I really like that XP ads. Some other stuff that's up in my portfolio is Futu. It's nice to see. Like I'm telling you guys, you better catch the train before it's too late. I don't want to FOMO anyone in, but while we're down here, we have some good relative strength today. But Futu, I mean, if we can look back at these the company revenues and stuff, but one of the craziest growth stocks I've ever seen on the craziest discount. So I made sure that I loaded up on Futu. But yeah, XP was a good ad. So I'll tell you what, XP on earnings is gonna kill it. Last time on earnings, XP gapped up 40%. 40%. So, earnings on this company is crazy. Growth has just had a really, really hard time. We also have this head and shoulders pattern too. I mean, it's hard for me on XP. I really like it, but we have this head and shoulders. I was really thinking that apart from yesterday, we had no news. We just like we were so close to breaking out. Yesterday, if the market would have been green, this stock would have been at $65 today. Like we would, or maybe probably like maybe 40, maybe like 55. We would have broken out strongly. Sold my Amazon in half my phone and rolled into XP. Yeah, I just think it's yay, we have our first sub on Twitch or our follow. Yes, victory. Expiry sub, I appreciate it. What are your thoughts on Dulter? I'm gonna make sure that I go to this multi-stream. Yeah, I still think XP is a great buy. Wouldn't be worried. What are your thoughts on Dulter? We'll look at that. We'll talk about some lunch money. I'm so glad we have our first follower on Twitch. It'd be really funny is if you like took it away. Please don't. But Aspet really don't like it too much. The only thing we have is that we have a lot of buyers in this zone. But yeah, XP will bounce back, no problem. XP is one of those stocks, James, that you hold. It'll be a $200 stock in a few years. Just be patient. There's a lot of buyers down here, so it's a lot of bulls step in at this 436 level. I just don't see it doing anything too great. So not too bullish about SBET. What are your thoughts on Dilter? We'll look at that. DLTR. So we had this really, really nice gap up. The problem is with such a big market cap, we're not going to see, in my opinion, any bigger moves today. I think the big majority of the move is over. So we can see that we are kind of rounding out at the top. And off of these big cap stocks, they're not really going to go up that much, in my opinion. So I really think that we don't see anything higher than about 101 today. So I would probably disclude that. I got XP and Upstart in your recommendation yesterday. Upstart doing really well. MU up or down? Yeah, we'll look at that. Yeah, so if I could, we'll talk about. I'd say MU if we're just looking at the chart. MU down. So again, APPS. James, you're up a lot of money. It sucks that we're kind of down today on APPS, but XP is a longer term wait. So let's go ahead and look at XP stock real quick. XP is one of those stocks that you're gonna have to wait a few years if you really. But XP could definitely be a multi-bagger stock. Geez, we're really dipping though. It's so annoying. I've lost. I've lost a lot. But if we look at financials, look at this. In 2017, look at this big revenue jumps. Every year we're almost doubling. So the stock price will continue to double. You just have to be patient. We have great revenue. It's like our employees have been growing. I've done a lot of DD. Look at our, I mean, it's really, really good. Our net income, it's kind of expensive for revenue, but I expect that to get better throughout the years. We gapped up on almost 40% off of earnings. So, XP, it sucks that we're down again 5%, but if you just look, there's at the data and stuff like that, we will have a strong bounce back. So that is really, really good. And then, yeah, Upstart. I will say Upstart is very overextended, but we do have a lot of market. We have a lot of relative strength on this name. It does need a big pullback. It's kind of like the next Tesla, so be patient with it. But we looks like we're almost breaking out today as well. So really happy with Upstart. And then Futu and I know Futu and Tiger both having pretty good days. Futu looks like we're doing okay today. Good to see that we're green at least. SPY will lose all its gains. Also, you think BO will lose it as well? BBY, I would say no. I would say that. SPY will lose all its gains. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, it's a big chop fest. It's really hard for me to see the direction of SPY. Um, I don't know. It honestly depends if the federal government's going to keep opening their mouth about stuff. It's called. I don't know what else to call it besides fear mongering. There's a lot of people that like to fear monger, and we definitely have some fear mongers. A lot of these companies, a lot of these news outlets for views, they fear monger, and it scares people. I mean, you see like, oh, government's gonna run out of money, but in the reality, the government's never gonna run out of money. Like that'd be the same thing as saying like I'm going to like they make the money supply, so how are they going to run out of money? That might be their the debt that they're planning on spending, but they're not going to actually run out of money. If anything, it's going to be bullish for the stock market. In my opinion, it might be bullish for the stock market because they're going to start printing some more money. That's the only thing I can think about it. JD, I like JD.com. The problem is that this I actually found a really, really good reference though. JD.com, all these China names that have high growth, so Tiger, Futu, JD look really, really good. The problem is that the sentiment is bad. If where can I just find what's the ticker? Okay. And same with Neo. There's a lot of companies that I really like. Okay, I just want to see this stock. I saw a really interesting thing I saw. All right, we'll look right here. Let's go over to the all-time data. Okay, so, but this isn't Ellen. We are starting to curl back in China. I don't know. I don't know what to find, but anyways, it looked like we were curling back on China. I think China is once it. Yeah, JD is good. Yeah, I know JD.com. I like JD as well. There's a lot of. That's the problem. There's a lot of these China names that are, have really good growth, and they've just gotten beat down just because of China. And when I say they've gotten beat down by China, I mean like they've gotten beat down just because of the sentiment in China. So stocks like Futu, Tiger, they're all going to be really big, I think, once we see reversals. So I am interested to see if we do reverse on those. But once we do, I think they're going to be pretty violent. We're going to have some really big swings. I hope at least. Yeah, man, XP is getting absolutely railed sideways today. I don't get it. Like even all of my other growth names are somewhat holding up, but XP is just like, no, we're not doing it today. Problem with XP is it's a real estate company. If we go to the real estate sector, it's been getting hit hard. I know it's hyper growth, but the problem is real estate's been getting hit hard too. Important to note, but I'm really hoping maybe by today we can push back this 42 level possibly. Would you mind? Yeah, sure, we can look at Microvision. But it's definitely some interesting topics. Again, Microvision, we have the same problem here. We have this falling wedge. Until we can break out of this falling wedge, we're not going to move. So this is the falling wedge, okay? And this is the most important thing I can teach you guys is this falling wedge. Until it breaks this, even look right here, until it breaks this line, it's not going to go up. So once we see a clear break of this top line, maybe at 1250, there'd be time for possibly to go long. But I don't go long until that trend changes. You don't buy on weakness. Once that starts to go up, okay, maybe we'll start buying. But same thing with SPY. This trend line's a little messed up, but until we can actually break this trend line, we're not going to move anywhere. Look at that. Once we break that trend line, you'll see some explosive moves. Okay, so no, that's kind of weird, but that trend line, I don't really buy. I don't buy on weakness. And when I say don't buy on weakness, I don't buy a stock that's in a downtrend, right? I'll wait for an uptrend to start and then I'll buy. But geez, my portfolio is getting absolutely hammered today again. Um, I'm literally down. Let's see. Digital Turbine's not. Futu is my only green stock. Upstart is green. Roku is almost green. SI is good. Neo is good. What are my big losers? XP today is my big loser. Nvidia, Tiger is my big loser. Alibaba's down. Yeah, that's interesting. Alibaba, all these Chinese names are down except Futu. Yeah, I am down a lot today though, so that is. Would you say LAC is a long hold? I got an LA5. Interesting. XP only about one Maish. No, that's not. If it's that, I wouldn't say so. All right, let's take a look. Jeez, SPY's like I said. So what I see with LAC, I really want SPY to reverse here sometime. It's kind of annoying. LAC, we have a really bullish chart actually set up. I don't have time right now to look at the actual company, but we have this cup and handle forming. So once we break this resistance line, we should see a move all the way back up to all-time highs. Really nice setup. Love that chart. And you said I got in at 905 on LAC. So if I got in, if you got in at 905, yeah, I would definitely keep position. Looks really good. Kind of the opposite of SPY. DATS ripping, yeah. We'll look at DATS. Like I said, I have a really big position in DATS, but DATS is absolutely ripping, huh? Yeah, luckily, like my swing portfolio has taken care of me because my growth stocks are getting absolutely demolished. But yeah, DATS looks really, really good. There's a lot of all of our swings are doing really, really good. I just it sucks because I'm in the same boat with you. Actually, I'm really the whole reason I'm really fed up with XP right now. Yay. Yes. We'll look at USWS. Okay, so you guys know I made a lot of money off of CEI. I literally put all of my profits back into XP, literally like most of them, and it literally the next day it drops 15%. So I'm down 20% on XP right now for my shares. So at least you guys waited the next day. I swear to God, I bought. I'll show you guys where I bought. I literally bought all the way at the top, and we're down 18%. So I'm a little pressed on that. Did all this good job trying to make this money, and then I just throw it into my long-term trading again. I mean, that's the thing though. Long-term trades, we're confident about it, so we try not to get too emotional about that. But even you see me, I'm getting pretty emotional. I don't get really emotional, but you see, like, I was really happy with those gains that I got, and they get wiped away. But like I said, XP, long-term thesis. What you got to really know is that just because of price action, unless the thesis of the company changes, if we get bad earnings, if something bad happens to the company, it's just a price, right? Think of this: if your house dropped 8% in value in a year, are you going to sell it? If your car does, are you going to sell it? No. It's just price fluctuations. You got to be confident what you're holding. If this long-term thesis is the same for the stock, there's nothing wrong. Yeah, SPY looks like we're gonna. Oh, SPY looks ugly right now. Um, Possible might have this bear flag break, but SPY looks ugly. USWS looks decent. We broke out of this flag. I still right now I wouldn't buy. I wouldn't be doing too much day trades. We can if you guys want me to, we can find a lunch money setup. But geez, I'm getting absolutely hammered today. That's a part of the game. Um, was that your swing or long term? I would say that DATS was my. I'm definitely swinging it still. I sold half my shares today, so that's a good thing. If you guys are in DATS and you're looking for long-term growth today, take some money out of DATS and put in that long-term growth. You've already made money on DATS, throw it in that long-term growth. Um, but yeah, if I'm like I said, there's a lot of growth stocks out there right now that are in discounts. Even if they do drop another 10-15% because of a market correction, in a year you're going to be happy that you have them, all those growth stocks. So that's what I'm going to say about that. But yeah, like I said, I'm just very upset that I didn't see this news. That's another thing. Like you can't really time the market, right? So as long as you're bullish about a stock, you think that it's going to have good potential. Just buy it. Don't wait. Just buy it. If you get a dip, cool. If it, I'd rather buy when it's down 10% than up 10%. But just buy it and let it sit. Time in the market is better than timing the market. So um, little uptight again, like I said about some of my shares being down so much today, but yeah. If you guys have any questions, if you're just tuning in, welcome, welcome. I was really, really excited. I started multi-streaming. I paid for the subscription. I'm multi-streaming on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube right now. I saw that Twitch had a really, really big audience for finance stocks. Maybe Facebook does. So if you guys are tuning in from different outlets, I can still see your chat, but most people on my channel are from YouTube. So I can see everyone chat though, which is pretty cool. But long-term swings, sometimes they get hammered. Don't feel bad, but down 60K in the last 2 days. Yeah, I'm down like a couple thousand. Lunch money and Fetty Wap. I could be down. I forgot to play my Fetty Wap. I usually DATS is up 100%, so I should be playing some music today. But the problem is that DATS keeps going up and my long-term portfolio keeps going down. So yeah, yeah. I mean, it's part of the market. It happens. Would you start a position in DATS now? Not really. We're really overextended. I mean, It's also the whole thing of buy high, sell higher too. We have a lot of momentum. I personally wouldn't. We're really, really overextended, but Maybe if we can see a pullback into like maybe these 16 ranges, these high 16s possibly, but we definitely want to see a pullback from today a little bit. Um, I personally, I wouldn't start a position but here, we're starting to see some weakness. SPY starting to get absolutely hammered because it's a piece of crap. The federal government needs to. Okay, the federal government literally, everyone hates Yellen. So pretty much what happened is Powell's talking, and then Yellen comes in. Yellen said that she wants to start counting capital. No, sorry, capital. Or sorry, what is? Can you guys give me the word of not like when you actually secure, like you make gains on a stock, but like it's like the potential capital. Like let's say that I'm holding for 5 years Amazon. It's the unrealized gains. She wants to tax unrealized gains. Like why would you ever tax unrealized gains? That makes no sense. Um, Nothing to my. I don't have a political side, but some people you should not be taxing unrealized gains. You're talking about people's retirements. So the thing with an IRA is the best thing about an IRA is you keep compounding your gains. You don't have to pay taxes. You take away those unrealized gains, and that whole situation goes away. We are there, high 16. Yeah. If you were gonna start a position, in these, damn, I would have started in there. I would still wait maybe a little bit, but if you were for a swing, you want to get closer to maybe these, 16s. Yeah, like I said. But we'll see. If you guys got any questions, if you're just tuning in, welcome, welcome. Yeah, we could see a flush on SPY again. I don't know. SPY's holding up relatively well. Um, we could also be working on a bear flag, so not sure. Market direction is a little bit weird today. Thanks for all the subs coming in. Appreciate it again. Are they going to give you taxes back when you? Yeah, it's not even possible, right? Are they going to give you taxes back when you have unrealized losses? Yeah. Yeah, that's what I said. Like, I mean, I'm not. It's just, yeah, exactly. Are you going to give me my money back? Because unrealized loss, like the thing about unrealized gains is they fluctuate every year. It's probably the dumbest thing I've ever. It's not dumb. It's just ignorant. You can see that here. It's just ignorant, honestly. Here we go. What really want guys treated as income? She wants it to be treated as income. Okay, so like let's just. Okay, I had good position both CI DAX as I have held too long many times and not taken profit. I sold for a decent profit. That said, I lost a lot of potential gains. Yeah, so that is definitely what trading is about. That's why, for example, James. So I sold out half my position and I scaled a little bit up. I never sell out my full position when I get my price target. So let's talk about CI. I sold, like I said, half at 2. Holy cow, we're already at $4. And I could have doubled my position here instead of selling it 2. But I scale out and I'm still holding shares. I still said that I'm holding a few hundred shares for some lottery moves. Just make sure you don't always scale. Make sure you keep most of your, scale out some of your position. Take a lot out once you get your price target, but always hold on to some shares. And I'm telling you right now that we're going to see a pullback on CEI sooner than later. Like I said, maybe we hit 5, maybe we hit 10, but we're going to see a pullback. It's going to be, you don't want to be caught in there. So if you already made money, great. I wouldn't play it again. And this 4 level is actually a big resistance level for CEI, 409. But DAX was down a lot yesterday, and I sold it at the stock around 30. Can you explain what I can look at to help stay and sell at better time? And Tiger at 10:30. Yeah, Tiger is a great time to buy right now. Um, I think that the best thing is, like I said, so if you were in DATS, it kind of dipped yesterday, and you sold that. So you dipped down here, and then it ran over 13. What I would say is that if you have a good average on your swing, just be confident. It sounds like you're not confident in your swings enough. So I've been very confident. So I've been holding since 750. Um, so what I would say is that once you get your price target, scale out like half, and then keep scaling out. Just little by little. Never, just sell everything right there. Um, yeah, and also, yeah, and I also did expect them to pull back a little bit as well. That is very valid. We see all these stocks up so much percent, and we would expect to pull back eventually. We haven't seen that pullback, which has been crazy. That's usually not how stocks work. We usually see some pullbacks. This is not a normal chart. Okay, we go $3 to $18. We are getting super, super overextended. Even look at the 3 week, 3 year. Like, we are very, very overextended. We're going to need a pullback sooner than later. So I know it's unfortunate that, we didn't lock in as many profits, let's say, as we wanted to, but, we made a lot of profits, so you got to be thankful on that and just move on. This could correct back anytime. Especially with the people that are on this name. Let's just say Zach Morris, he called Sundial. It did the same exact parabolic move. We go 30 cents or 0.13 cents all the way to $4, and we've just never recovered. We're going to keep going back down all the way here. So these companies are absolutely terrible. Yeah, I mean, you can, and what I would do is if you like trading, what I would do is, this is what I do, especially with BBIG. I have my core position. So I have my core position of, let's say, 10,000 shares. 1,000 shares. It jumps up a little bit, I'm going to take off 100. If it dips, I'm going to add that 100 shares back. So I play around my core portfolio, but I'm never really like selling the whole thing or anything like that. I'm just playing little position size around it. But yeah, that's, and then with my gains, like I said, today is, gosh, Tiger is at $10. That is just ridiculous. Tiger is at $10.23. I just, we start to get, Futu looks really, really good today. We have a lot of relative strength, but we start to think of, like, I'm telling you right now, Tiger should be at $30 at least. At least. There's no way it should be down at this 10 level. It's very sad, but I'm telling you, once these China names come back, Tiger and Futu are going to be the first ones to blow the top off. So, um, I still tempered my DATs. Suddenly went over 13 as well. I wish I'd kept it all. Yeah, I mean, if you guys made profits, though, it's profits. I guess you can just learn, but from your mistakes. But even me, you think of, like, for me, it's more of the fact that I'm really, really confident about my swing, and I had good averages, so I'm not really looking into price action daily. So it doesn't really bother me to hold on to those. If you're gonna, this is the problem. If you're gonna be swinging a stock, you got to make sure that your conviction's really, really high, or you're gonna have a hard time holding long term. Um, but yeah, it happens to the best of us. Oh, Paul's gonna. Oh, I didn't see. I remember you're in Paul. Let's see. What's your average again, and how many shares? Jeez, look at this perfect flag. We talk about a perfect flag breakout. You said you're about to double your money at $400. Damn. Yeah, it happens to the best of us, guys. Um. Oh, I didn't. Hold up. I've meant to. Not that it's that big of a deal, but I've been meant to do this for a while. Jeez, look at this perfect flag. Okay. Yeah, geez, this thing is moving crazy. Look, try to break out of this long-term resistance line. Couldn't do it on SPY. But yeah, looks like Paul is going to pay you. Looks really nice. Nice job on Paul. All right, let's look. I'm going to look at my portfolio again. I'm curious. Oh, okay, nice. We're not down today. I'm I'm down $4 today at 0.01%. Paul, yeah, nice moves. Nice move for sure. Yeah, what you got to tell me what your average is on Paul? Because I thought you said you were at $6. That's crazy. Make sure I would have skilled out a long time ago, but make sure if you're at $6, might as well just ride it out. Seriously, that's the thing. It's like at CEI, I have my average at 0.9, so I'm already up like 500%. So for me, just to hold those shares a little bit longer, I don't really care. That's why having a good average and having good, confidence is one of the biggest things on swings or long-term growth. Like right now, I'm watching my growth portfolio absolutely crap the bed, but long term, I have so much confidence about these long-term growth companies that I don't even have a problem. I mean, yeah, I don't like to see that I'm down on money on the day, but I couldn't care less. I couldn't care less. Yeah, Boeing looks like we might make a move down today. I'm surprised that we have such a big move. Was that off of earnings? And then silver is down 4% today. Might be time to start buying some. Actually, I wouldn't buy silver, but interesting. And at 640 with 41 shows. Is pullback to horizontal support common with diagonal trend line breaks? Yes. Yes. Is pullback to horizontal support common with diagonal trend line breakouts? Um, so the best example I can get. So what I'm saying is like what I'm hearing you try to say, and that is common. I see that a lot of the times. Once you just like look at charts all day like me, you just start to see trends in your head, and you start to see. So what I've noticed is we have these what it's called a falling wedge, and this horizontal it breaks out, right? So let's say our stock is moving, it wants to start getting close to breaking out, and then we finally break out. A lot of the times I see it hit back this line, it touches this, it turns this resistance line into support, and then it shoots back off. So a lot of the times I've seen it hit back that horizontal line and then blast off as well. So yeah, that is a good observation. I have noticed that a lot. It's a really good observation. I've noticed that a lot, and there's just after you just chart for so long, you start to just get like these kind of little things that stocks like to do. Or sometimes before, if we're filling in a flag, sometimes. So if we're filling in a flag, I don't know. We could probably see it. So sometimes when we're filling in a flag, like let's just say we're trying to fill in this flag, sometimes that's a perfect flag. Sometimes I'll see it dip below right here, right when it's about to break out. It'll dip below this support line and then shoot back up. There's some definitely, yeah, and that just takes time, honestly, to kind of realize those trends. And I still make mistakes, but for the most part, try to cut down. Geez, I am so mad with XP right now. I couldn't be more mad at a stock. Because XP is like I said, the problem is once we have these little teeny fluctuations, I call it noise, little chirping of the birds. Once that happens, growth stocks always get hit first. And being a growth stock owner, you got to understand that. Like if you're gonna hold hyper growth stocks like me, on these market corrections, they're gonna be the first ones to get taken down, but they're also gonna be coming back up the hardest. 640 at 41 shares, hell yeah, dude, that's a lot of profit. $240, that is sweet. Do I even want to look at XP again? Oh, disgusting. There's no bottom on it. APPS looks like it's doing okay. A little bit of relative. No, it's really not. SPY's up. It should be up. I don't even know what I'm saying. If you guys are just tuning in, you guys got any questions, let me know. Um, what stock were we just looking at? I'm not right. I don't know what stock we're looking on the right. What do you think about Wish? I'm actually swinging. All of my swings so far that I've said have been up 100%. If we're talking about CEI or DATs, my other swing that I mentioned is Wish. The problem with Wish is I always talk about it with so much earnings, such potential. We have really good earnings. The problem is there is not a floor. We just keep dropping. I have no idea why. We just keep dropping and dropping. I have an average at around 6, but I don't know. Could this thing go down to $3? Sure. I don't know where the bottom is. I just know that it's really underpriced and I like the stock, so I bought. Um, I mean, in my opinion, it should be trading more than $30, but you know, I don't make these type of decisions. Is my growth portfolio up today? Oh, we're down $5. See, Upstart looks really, really good. FLGT. A lot of my long-term growth stocks are doing well today. I'll be fine with a break even today. But some of these are annoying. But yeah, Wish is another one that I like. But you know, on these names, sometimes you have to be patient. People were on DATS. I've been swinging it for a while, and people were pretty impatient. I know some people sold out of DATS, but you just got to be. If your thesis is, if that's what I'm saying, what I've learned is that just because the price change of a like, if XP drops 80% today off of no news, the company is still the same thing. I still like the company. It's just the price changes. So if your house lost 8% of its value, and nothing with your house changed, would you sell it? No. So as long as the company, like, if I, about what would be different is if I look at earnings and earnings were terrible on my hyper growth stocks. You have to see good earnings quarter over quarter. If earnings start to slip, then that's a time to really evaluate. Do I really want to play the stock? Is it a good for my long term growth stocks? And then that might be a question of just being saying, but until the fundamentals of the company changes, I'm still going to be bullish about it. So yeah, man. So why is silver down 4% today? That makes no sense. Silver and gold should be hedges against the market. I've never understand that trend with gold. And I also have someone in my family that thinks gold's going to go to 4,000. But gold definitely, with all this inflation, gold should really be going up, but gold just seems to keep going down. So that's interesting as well. DATS, yeah, DATS keeps ripping, and we're kind of to the point with CEI and DATS, like we're gonna have to see a pullback eventually. Could it? I mean, CEI has been crazy, but I'm still holding shares. But as long as you make profit on a stock, just take your profits and run. Don't be too worried about what could have happened or go back, because sometimes I know that you guys cash out too early. I know you guys have been talking about it, but there's going to be other times that you cash out early and you see that stock fall through the floor and you're happy about it. So if you just compound gains in your account over time, small gains, you will be rich. I'd rather have small gains than big winners and big losses. Just small wins over time wins the game. Um, do you think the low Wish prices? Wish isn't really China though. We can look at Paul. That's well over doubled for now. I first bought when you mentioned it maybe 12 days ago. Yeah, so yeah, it definitely did double, but still is overextended is my problem. Um, yeah, it did well double, but and that's the thing. Some of these swings are going to do better than others. It just some take less time. I have my conviction why I like it, but the problem is, oh geez, this thing is ripping. Yeah, I mean, RSI is staying really, really good. We keep staying in this really high range. We cool off and have our next leg up. We're going to start our next leg up too. Look at these perfect bull flags. 5 minute is really overextended. We're going to have to see a pullback into the 11s pretty soon. 20, everything's really overextended, but for the day, it could keep churning and churning. Um, but just make sure that, you're scaling some out, which I would say. SPY starting to turn up too. Yeah, that's great. I'm completely out, and that's the thing. Yeah, okay. You started at 680 and you're at 721. Let's say it goes to $50. I think DATS could go to $50, but if it does go to $50, just take your profits and move on. You already won. Um, it could go back all the way down. I'm holding DATS to like 30, but if you already made all that money, just go move it somewhere else. No need to play a stock over and over again. That's what I would say. Love seeing that Twitch follow on there. That is amazing. Maybe we'll see Facebook follow. I don't know if Facebook follows show up. Let's see what our Twitch is doing. I haven't really promoted my Twitch at all, so it's a social experiment to see if we're even going to grow, right? Like I feel like I have good content, but just one follower. And who is this? So yeah, it'll be interesting dynamic to see. But yeah, congrats. Yeah, that's a big move. Um, and I said a lot of people in here are DATS and CEI, so I hope people made money. That's the goal here is to make money, but also education is important. That's some serious gains. Though. That's kind of like I sold some out today, but that's the thing, you know, stocks can keep going up, but as long as you secure small gains over time, you'll be good. Appreciate all the subs as usual. Why did I get 2 notifications? I said a lot of people. Yeah, super super good, Rain. Thanks, James. Yeah, that's super super good. Yeah, you know, Paul, nice. That was a nice pullback right there. Retested the last low. That was a really really good pullback right there. Honestly, let's look at Upstart. Man, Upstart is just kicking butt. I'm telling. We'll have a violent. Nice. Apps is starting to kind of curl back up. XP. We'll have a violent reversal. Big turd though in my portfolio. That's what we call a turd. I hate turds. Looks like we're ready for our next leg up on. Yeah, there's just all these. Sure, travel. If you're up 50%, make sure you're scaling some out. Chart looks in trend. We hit this nice support line. If we, like I said, what I've always said, and you can see this strategy works. Higher highs, right? We see a higher high, higher high, higher high, higher. Sorry, I'm talking about higher lows. Higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low. So what I'd really want to see is that if we break below 1.08, you need to have a stop loss under there. On the good side, we have this really, really nice flag starting to form. Once we can break this 1.16 resistance, we have been cooling off for a while. We could see an explosive move. So, just make sure. I think 1.08 is a relatively good stop loss if you're into stop losses. That would be my best advice. SPY starting to make some moves. Cool, cool. I want to see a big green candle on SPY. But yeah, I don't know how to grow on Twitch really. It's not like you can promote anywhere. I think Twitch is just kind of it's kind of going to be a social experiment for me, right? I want to see how fast we can grow on Twitch without doing any promotions, right? I'm not like promoting my link anywhere. It's just going to be like, is quality content going to grow? I don't know. I feel like my content is decent, but it'd be cool to have. I've seen people with like 1 million followers over on Twitch, and Twitch is really really well for like creators. I know Twitch pays really really well, so would love to see some movement over to Twitch. It would get cool to get monetized on YouTube too. I guess the goal would be is if I could make enough money from just monetization off of these morning streams, I wouldn't have to work my job at night because I have to work at UPS. I don't have to, but I like it, and it's nice to have guaranteed income. So I always like guaranteed income, even if I don't need it. It makes me less stressed about the market. If I'm trading for a living, I'm gonna be so stressed out. So if and also I can, I like spending money too. I don't really like taking too much money out of my portfolio, but if I was making, much as UPS, I would love to quit that job. So maybe one day we'll be monetized. If I can get like 3,000 views a day, they'd pay for UPS, I think. Just tweeting out some things. I'll let you guys. If you guys are just tuning in, you guys got any questions, any stuff like that, let me know. We can go over anything you would like to see. Yeah, Adder looks good. Adder doesn't look good, sorry. I don't know. Adder is one of those stocks I've been saying I would personally avoid, but I know some people are really into it. BBIG, someone asked on Twitter, would they be ready for a debt buy? No. I think BBIG could definitely see the threes. Okay. You have excellent content. I appreciate it. Appreciate it, Janelle. Yeah, I just scale some, just travel. You're up a lot. That's great. Um, is it double top on DATs? So when we're looking for double tops, I'll be honest. So XP has a really nasty double top setup. We are starting to curl up. That's fine, but when you look at this year, what we really want to look like is when we're looking at double tops, the bigger the time frame, the more significant those patterns mean. So if we have a bull flag on the daily, it's going to have a bigger meaning than on the 1 minute. Same thing if we have a bull flag on the 15 minute, it's going to mean more than the 1 minute. So when we look here at this double top on XP on this one day, it's very significant. It's going to move the stock significantly. If we're just looking at the 1 minute, right? If we're just simply looking on the 1 minute, it doesn't really matter, even if there was. It influences the stock less. This stock is absolutely ripping, though. Congrats if you're in DATS. Very nice moves. But yeah, you don't have to say never mind. But that with that 1 minute, the bigger the time frames, the patterns that set up usually indicate better moves. So that's also important to keep in mind. If so, let me give you an example. We have this extreme bull flag on DATS for look how many days 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 for almost 3 weeks. Look at this explosive move we had. So the larger the time frame, the bigger the moves are going to be with that pattern. Okay. Can you look at AMC? I'll be completely honest. I've never touched AMC, never will, but I'll look at the chart for you. So AMC, in my opinion, doesn't look great. We kind of broke this trend line. We have this nice trend line. We broke it today. Unless we can get over this 40 level, I think we're pretty bearish. If we do break down, if we keep breaking down, we have a big gap down all the way to 13. So chart looks pretty bearish in my opinion. It is AMC, so tomorrow it could be up 15%. It's this is a stock that I say moves off of emotion, right? AMC is an emotional stock. Fundamentals sometimes don't add up. On a stock that is less fundamental and hypergrowth, some of these emotional stocks just don't move the right way, I've noticed. Jesus, where does it end? It's getting scary, this DATS. Yeah, I mean, if you're in DATS, congratulations. I don't know. Could we go to 50? That's the thing. People tell me price targets. I don't know. I just know how to manage my risk. I can potentially give some price targets based off of technicals, but we already broke all of these. There's no resistance, so technically you can go as high as it wants. We do need to respect RSI, but since it just IPO'd, RSI doesn't matter too much. So some of these IPOs can really start going quick. They don't have a lot of resistance. RSI doesn't matter as much. Yes. SPY. I hate SPY. We shouldn't even be watching SPY in our hyper growth stocks. Should probably be looking at IWM and the NASDAQ. Yeah, that's important to note too. What your stocks move off of. So if we're looking at DATS or CEI or whatever that is, they're going to follow IWM. IWM is down today, so all of our growth stocks move off of IWM. SPY is going to be for all of our big cap stocks. So we always want to judge it back our relative strengthness to IWM and not NASDAQ or SPY. If that makes sense. I'm down $5 today. Heaven forbid. I'm quitting. No, but yeah, I appreciate everyone being here today. Really appreciate everyone being here. Oop, that was loud. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, let me know. Oh, Paul looks good. A lot of goods. A lot of these low floats have been running today. There's, like I said, growth stocks are up and down. I'm about break even today. See, yeah, I think Twitch is easier to grow on too, because like you can actually go search stocks and you're live. For people, I bet there's 500 people live on the stock market today on YouTube. So I'm so small right now. I don't have stock in my name, which I think could be a problem, but you're not going to see a lot of people wanting to come over here just naturally. As you start to get more viewers, you start to move up on the recommended list and stuff, but that's why YouTube is really hard to grow on. And then for someone to subscribe to your YouTube, I've never figured out, but it's super hard. Very interesting. But yeah, if you guys are just tuning in, you got any questions, let me know. Yeah, DATS is absolutely ripping. But eventually, they were up 5x in a few months, so we'll need to pull back eventually. Didn't think we were going to see this quick of a move on DATS, to be honest with you. Crazy. Crocs. Crocs is actually from Colorado, I believe. So I could go to. I should do a Crocs update. I know there's Palantirs from Colorado. Crocs is from Colorado. I can go sneak in and give you guys a damn that Spy. Ew, gross from Spy. Yeah, so many gross moves today from Spy. Um, well, looks like we're gonna flush out. We're looking really heavy on Spy. Wouldn't be surprised if we just had a big flush. Unfortunately, I'm gonna look at all this stuff in 1 second. I'm just tweeting out. Yeah, Spy looks ugly. I almost just don't want to look at Spy or my growth portfolio. I'm gonna look at my growth portfolio again. Nice, we're down $28. All right, let's take a look. So we'll take a look at Crocs here. Geez, we had a big move down. Crocs is super bullish. If you're looking for a pullback, maybe this $8 to 160. Jesus, that is crazy. Crazy moves. For me, if we're looking, we are working. Yeah. All right, love you. If we're looking at Crocs, we have the next possible flag, but we can look at this stock. Crazy earnings, I assume. Yeah, we almost doubled in a quarter. Yahoo Finance will tell the story. Not really the biggest earnings, though. We don't have that huge of an increase. I don't know why Crocs is so bullish, but for me, Crocs is so overextended right now. Like, really, I mean, it's not overextended on RSI, but up here, I'm just really not want to be a buyer. I don't think long term it has, too huge growth. So, I don't know. Holy Superior Drilling Products. I remember all these drillers. Sometimes they run. Yeah, it's running. Like I said, very low volume, but looks like we're working on a next flag up. Should probably flag there. There's our flush on Spy. Ugh. Hate to see it. Really hate to see it. Such a big flush, but Spy was looking heavy today, so I don't know. Spy's gonna do what it does. Growth is getting hard hit again. Let's see. XP down 4.13%. I'm looking at my total return on my portfolio. Ugh, don't like Spy right now. Spy is not my friend. That's okay. I'm gonna look real quick on Twitch. Who is this? Interesting. Okay, sorry. Yummy. Okay, I want to look at this too. Really not that much on VIX today too. Someone talked to me about Yami. Like I said, we had a nice bullish chart right here, but until we can break 98 cents, I don't know. Catalyst, not too sure. Infrastructure bill coming in, I don't really think it's going to affect it too much. If we're looking at infrastructure, we'd probably want to look at something like the solar ETF, so TANH. What is it? Is it just TAN? I don't know. I was gonna buy solar too, but yeah, solar. If we're looking about the infrastructure bill, actually TAN looks really good at these levels too. If we're looking just at an ETF, could be it's ready to break out on good news. TAN, the solar ETF as well. It's another one to be keeping a watch on as well. Oh yeah, Spy is getting the hand of doom, getting daggered. Didn't know if we'd expect any less, but Oops. I should go to multi-stream, just in case people want to talk to us on Twitch. But yeah. Time to sell my Pokemon cards, guys. Sell our Pokemon cards and start buying growth stocks. I would hate to do that. We have to start selling our slabs. That'd be a sad day if I had to sell my Pokemon cards, though. I always appreciate your input. I'm still new at this. Yeah, you're welcome. You are very welcome. Your chart just doesn't look that great. It wouldn't be too. Like, this is why I always say we never buy in a downtrend. Look at this falling wedge. This thing has been. You could have said that there's a discount at 3. It falls all the way to 1. I would say this 80 cents is an attractive level for bulls. Maybe this 80 cents we filled this gap down all the way. We did fill this gap down, but at 80 cents it's kind of an attractive buy. Really big run up. I don't know why it faded all the way down. 80 cents looks attractive. We have our market cap at 150 million. It's important to note. Revenue growth. Wow. Okay, let me look. Interesting. Revenue. Okay, revenue is terrible. From 2018, we did really good. 2018, we've been moving up, doubling. But 2017, that's kind of. I'd probably put a sell on it. I wouldn't. Sorry to be bald, but why do you do this? Giving advice. Giving advice to others. Love when Spy gets daggered. I do when I'm not holding stocks. No, yeah, I mean, it's cool. I like to see volatility. Sorry to be bald, but why do you do this? Giving advice to others. Good question. I don't know. I feel like, I mean, one, I actually enjoy doing it. This is the way I look at it. I'm going to be watching the stock market in the morning and trading anyways. Always like the idea from a young age of being a streamer, right? I really like that interaction. And then I also feel like my information could be valuable to other people. Not that money is necessarily a motive, but I would say that it kind of is a motive. If I'm going to do this every day, stream, I'm not saying that I want donations. What I'm saying is if I can monetize my content, I think that would be really cool. Maybe eventually, if I'm going to do this every day, I was figuring if I throw on the stream, maybe, I'd be making enough to quit my job. I also like helping people out. I've always liked helping people out, and like I said, it's fun for me to do. You guys also have different tickers that I look at that I have no idea exist. You guys have put me on some good ones. You guys have good questions. I also learn a lot from your questions as well, especially you guys know a lot more than me. Because Austin is the man. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks. I'm a great teacher. I appreciate it. But no, that's a very valid question. I would wonder the same thing. We can look at CCL. Yeah, I would actually love to be a teacher. I actually was a preschool teacher for 5 years. Not a teacher, but my mom owns the biggest daycare center in Colorado. But I was with the kids. So like I said, I wish I was a teacher, but there's not enough money. Oh geez, it spiked right when I said that. So yeah, I don't know if you guys remember, but there's one day I would just call a ticker and it would just spike. But yeah, I just talked about UAMY and it just spiked. Call me Master Pumper. I'm actually a pumper. I actually just bought in shares, and now you guys bought. Now I'm gonna sell out, and you guys are gonna be bag holders. No, interesting. That 0.8 level was key. That dollar is the next big pivot point. We broke that. With that being said. Yeah, we broke that. So yeah, we look like we're pretty bullish right now. I'd want a pullback to happen though. Very interesting. CCL, is that Carnival? It is. Wow, $30 all the way down to 19. Carnival, same thing. I think that we have a lot of gap to fill up. I think by the year 2022, we could see it double. If we're looking at our trend line, it's a pretty attractive spot to buy right here. I think CCL is a buy, in my opinion. I would, if you're a long-term holder, I think But if you're just looking to trade it, probably not. Maybe you should start some Patreon and get some money off of that. Patreon, I'm not sure what that is. Patreon, not sure if that is. Um, yeah, I mean, like I said, I definitely would like to make money off of this, but it takes a lot of time. It's not like you're gonna, it's gonna take months. I'm close to getting monetized on YouTube. I really wish that, like I've said, I really wish YouTube had kind of like the subscriber thing with Twitch that it's like $5 a month, but all that profit comes back to me. I think that'd be really, really cool. I think YouTube might have to after you're monetized, but for actually branching out my brand, I started. Thanks, Scott, for the sub. Appreciate it. But for my actual brand, like I said, we started on Twitch and Facebook, which is cool. Maybe I'll start a Patreon. I'd also like to do some podcasts. I know a lot of people in the financial world that, I know a lot of people in the financial world that, lots of people have connections. I'd love to do some podcasts. I think a podcast would be cool. Maybe, maybe I could put that up on Spotify. I just like, I look at all these other channels and they have hundreds of thousands of subscribers and I don't think they're as good as me. And I think I make quality content. So yeah, getting my brand out, it's gonna take a lot of time, but even like merch stuff like that, I think eventually will be a thing. And also I just like connecting with people too. There's a lot of reasons why I like doing this. And I actually have grown pretty quick, which is awesome. What was I gonna say? Don't remember what I was gonna say, but yeah. Um, yeah, there's a lot of down at the COVID lows. Yeah, that's some of my biggest mistakes. I wish I would have bought some at 17, but or 7, but long SPY's getting hit hard. Portfolio's not going down that much. It doesn't really have much room to go down. We've been down so much. Um, you can look at SIT, I'm sure. I second on the Patreon idea. You could start getting contributions and subs money pretty soon without needing a bunch of algo momentum from YouTube or Twitch. Patreon, you can let your fans become active participants in the work they love by offering them a monthly membership. You give them access to exclusive content, community, and insight to your. Ooh, I like that. Okay. Like, would you guys? I mean, I'm just curious. Would you guys like? How many of you guys in here, if I made something like that, like a Patreon, would you guys even would be interested in paying for a service or something like that? That I mean, even like a Discord server stuff like that. Spy is getting daggered. I'll look more into Patreon, but yeah, even I could do some like maybe like I do give maybe I could really give some in depth information on my Patreon, like my stocks that I think are gonna 10x in the next 5 years, stuff like that. Something like that might be exciting too. I second the idea. Okay, so that's pretty soon. We don't need a bunch of algo momentum from YouTube or Twitch. That's the problem. With YouTube and Twitch, the algorithm is just stupid. Like, I could be making the best content in the world, but if I'm not, I have to sit here and spam stock Twitch for viewers, right? But that's kind of hard, for the first few months until you get the algorithms up, you start getting more likes on your videos, you start getting more impressions, you get moved up on the algorithm. But that's why it's really really hard to move up. Oh, I need to be looking at the multi-stream too. Yes, you rock, June. Thank you. I appreciate that. From what I've seen, 5 to 10 month, no brainer. Appreciate that. Thank you, June. Really appreciate that. Sure, dig into it and let us know. Information should not be free if they are valuable. Yeah, and I mean, the thing about it is like, I think with this channel, I think that I want to keep it free for like the general population. I feel like I'm a really good teacher and I want the general population. But maybe if it was like, if you guys wanted to support me, and maybe if you wanted more in-depth information, I feel like I give pretty in-depth information, but even more, maybe that would be a good job. That I'm not going to be like forcing people to do that or anything, but if you guys wanted to for that extra, yes, Charlotte, I appreciate it. I also appreciate everyone, all the kind comments on here too. It really means a lot. Like I said, even to have, I don't know how many subscribers we're at on YouTube, but even to have like over 500 subscribers, almost 500 subscribers, really, really cool. So I really appreciate that. Maybe if you wanted more in-depth information, oops. Oh, I hate hearing my voice. Get out of there. Yeah, I will look. I will look at that guy. I will look at that. Yeah, I'm branching out my brand will be interesting. Like I said, I think it was a good step that I did last night. I did the multi-stream, so I'm on Twitch now too. Even Twitch is cool, but yeah, maybe a Patreon. And then I would love to. I don't know. I know like I know you guys have probably heard of pennies going in raw. It's the whole Atlas thing. Something like that would be cool. A podcast where we can just talk about, there's a lot of things that that I don't talk about, like the like IRAs, IRAs, how to position your size. I need to do I do some videos, but a podcast would be really good for that because like position sizing and stuff like that would take hours to talk about, but um, would like to do that as well. Because I and also a lot of people make their money on YouTube off of like the referral links on Weeble and stuff like that as well, which I've noticed. But yeah, we'll see as I grow if we can do that. And also like it's kind of unfortunate too. So there's the donations on here too. I actually don't know why they pop up. I wish I was trying to take them off, but some people did donate, and it takes 3 weeks to hit your PayPal off of Twitch donations. There's just a lot of stuff like that that's just kind of annoying. Um, yeah, I don't understand why that has to be a thing. Yes, you can do both. I will do that. Yep, this is how usually Patreon works. You keep your general stuff free, and when you do some extra stuff, people should pay extra. Yeah, I like the trade desk. Yeah, with all these growth stocks like Wish, they're going to be dropping right now. Nothing you can do about it. Growth gets hit first. Wish doesn't look bad though. We're only down 2%. It is dropping a bit. All my favorite stocks. XP is dropping, APPPS. The long-term thesis is still the same. The problem is that the price is lower. So I'm trying not to worry about it too much. I even do worry a bit. Like Palantir, like this is ridiculous. We were all the way up here at 30, and we were all the way back down to 25 on Palantir. If you guys have extra funds to throw at it, great. But growth is just getting hit right now. It did last time, the 10-year. Here's the problem. Let me explain it to you. And I have Patreon is a good idea. 3 weeks, too long. Yeah, I agree. It's too long. But here's the thing that I was gonna say. The 10-year bond. The problem is growth stocks have done really, really well when there's free money. Okay, so we have free money out here in the world. They're giving it away for free. The interest rates are nothing. With high growth stocks, companies can borrow money. They can advertise more for, not they're not going to have to pay that back for a while with the interest rates. So once we cut back those interest rates, it's harder to borrow money, and as a consequence, the growth gets hit first. That's kind of the main reason why. But when I'm looking at this SPY, I always compare it to the UVXY. The UVXY should put to call ratio. We're still not much. We're still not up really high on the day, so I still don't think many puts are being placed. I still think SPY is going to find a bottom sometime here soon. The question is when and if we can. What do you think about Interactive Brokers? Do you think it's a good trading platform? We'll look at the trade desk. I like TDD. Um, Interactive, but I heard of them. I know some people really like them. Um, I know Interactive Brokers is really there's different. I know Interactive Brokers for sure is really really good for shorts. I know a lot of people, and shorting is not a bad thing. Shorters get a bad rep because of this whole thing, but shorting is really smart. I've seen a lot of people make a lot of money, but the whole thing with being a short is that interactive it's really hard sometimes to get these shares when you're shorting shares on these highly volatile companies. Sometimes there's just not shares to short. Interactive Brokers has a really really big pool of stocks available to short. They have a lot of short stocks that you can short in their pool. So if you're like a really really if you like to short Interactive Brokers, there's a lot of pools. And I don't talk about it much because I get a lot of flack whenever I do. I do short a lot of stocks. You know, I trade the trend. So, on BBIG, once it broke 975, I haven't said this before publicly, but I did short it, right? And it has nothing to do with having diamond hands, stuff like that. I'm gonna if a company is bearish, I'm gonna short it, right? So we broke this 975. I covered my short, but that's just how it's gonna be. So Interactive Brokers is good for that. 420, geez. I use Interactive Browser and love it. Okay, great. That is great. Yeah, but sometimes it's not available. Yes, yeah. Sometimes they're not. The shorts aren't available. There's just nothing. I love shorting. on these big pops, I always short these UVXY pops. Whenever this UVXY pops, I always short it, and sometimes I can't find shares to short, but I love UVXY to short. Boo LL. I'm long on Pipster, target exit price 50. Let's look. Pipster's Pfizer, sorry. I can't speak. Pfizer's interesting for sure. Yeah, I wonder if it got hit hard. Let's see. Got hit really, really hard. Nice pullback area. The earnings are going to be really, really good from the vaccine. But yeah, super, super good pullback. Again, this is what I'm going to talk about. We all see, I'll talk about this till the day I die, so just get used to it. But we have this falling wedge right here. We can all see this. Until it breaks over this falling wedge, I'm not going to buy it. Once it breaks over, I'll buy, but it's going to keep going downwards until it breaks above that support. Or sorry, resistance. But yeah, can you please do live options too? I can do a video on options. But I could actually go through the options chain. Where's the option chains on here? I don't use this to trade, but you can go through the options chain. I don't know where you can do it, but shoot. Now the problem is I don't do options that much. I know how to trade options. But yeah, I do mostly equities. I can do a video on options. I think that'll be my next video I'm gonna put out here. I'm unable to short U.S. stocks with my broker. I use Degro. I'm a swing trader. Okay, so yeah, that's a U.S. stocks. Sometimes I know shorts that make a lot of money. You know, the problem I do try to tend away to stay from explosive stocks. You said, look, Paul. Yeah, see that's the thing. I could look to short Paul, but when I'm looking at this chart, yes, it is overextended, but stocks that we think that can't go higher usually go higher, and stocks that we think are low usually go lower. So I wouldn't be surprised if this thing hit 20, 25. It could, and I don't want to be short on that. I'd want the trend to break. So I don't really short too volatile of stocks in my experience. Another COVID vaccine getting most likely who approves this month is Ocugen. Who World Health Organization and Ocugen. Yeah, Ocugen, the only problem is I've seen this, but the problem is, okay, yeah, we've been trading in this range, so for me, I don't really like trading in ranges. So this is a range, right? We kind of bounce up from these levels. So I don't trade in the middle of a range because it can go up or down. I wait for it to either hit the bottom of this support and then I buy, or wait to break this line completely and then buy. I don't trade in the middle of a range. So we have a range right here. Okay, here's a range. Let's say the stock trades in here, right? We can see this. If the stock right now is right here, or sorry, if the stock is right here right now, I'm not going to buy. I'm going to wait for it to, if I want to buy, I'm going to wait for it to hit this support line and then put my stop loss right here. Same thing with this. I'd want it to go back down to 596 before I would buy, just off of technicals. That makes sense? DAX just fell like 10%. Maybe chance to hop in. Maybe it's just, can I look? Yeah, if it hits 25, that'd be cool. I don't know. I'm not saying it's going to hit 25, but I'm just saying, like in reference, it could go crazy. That's fell. Wouldn't use this as until we break this support line, this resistance line. Let me look for some. Looking TGAT's really good to know. TGAT, I don't know what TGAT is. Maybe targets. That's really good to know. Oh yeah, yes, you're very welcome. Yeah, but so like if we're talking about the ranges too, this is what I noticed. I love actually trading range plays. It's one of my favorite things to do. So I don't talk about this much, but I look for stocks that are stuck in this range. Amazon was stuck in this range for a while. I made one of my biggest trades. So I saw that we have really good support here, and it came down here, right? It was this candle right here. I said, every time it bounces off the support, I'm going to buy some calls right here. So I bought some $3,500 calls, and I cashed a lot. I sold right at the top of this resistance line. So if you can trade, if you can find these channels, you can really, really trade within them. That's honestly, I know some people that just trade in those supports right there, and they make a lot of money. That's great info. Yeah, you're very welcome. Does anyone use the Wyckoff methodology as a part of their trading strategy? Has it been successful for you? W-I-C-K. W-C-K-Y. Wait. W-Y-C-K. KOFF strategy. I've never heard of that. States that every cause in the market leads to proportional effect. Take, for example, that makes sense. Okay, so the Wyckoff price cycle. I see what it means. There's a spring markup distribution. Don't use that. Seems like it could have some relevance. I don't. Another thing that there's the Elliott waves. Elliott waves are very effective in tracking movement. I've seen a lot of really successful traders use Elliott movement. Elliott movement is that every stock moves in a five wave sequence. So it usually moves in a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But based on where these are and off of the fib levels, you can really get some good info. I've seen people that just trade Elliott waves and they're millionaires. Could make a video. I'm not that. I'll be honest with you. I'm not that educated on Elliott waves. I have a basic understanding. Would love to learn more. And then obviously your fib levels. You can also learn a lot off your fib levels. There's so much in the stock market to be learned. There's a guy that does studies on Wyckoff for Bitcoin. It's been working magically, really. We'll look at Situm. Yeah, there's a lot of different things. I know Elliott waves are really good. I'll look at that Wyckoff, but the Wyckoff seems well. You have the Wyckoff is pretty much what it looks like as an Elliott wave. Alice says purchasing and navigating the financial markets based on the study of the relationship between demand and supply forces. So, I mean, this is what we're talking about. We have this accumulation that we talk about. We break it, and then we have a run up, and then the distribution. Okay, that makes sense. That's kind of what that's how a stock moves. So we have, that's just kind of the basic fundamentals. I mean, it doesn't seem so. We have our consolidation phase. We break out. We move up. We have our consolidation phase again, and we possibly move up. I have to look. I don't know much about that, but very interesting. I'll take a look at that. Look at Situm. But okay, this is Situm. Like I said, Situm looks really, really good. We're possibly making a cup and handle on the daily. Not really. That kind of was the cup, but potential. Looks really, really good. On the weekly, we can go to the 1 year, 1 day. Like I said, it looks good, and we just broke we broke this flag as well. Don't know much about the financials. I can take a look, but like I said, the graph looks really, really good. Looks good. Let's see. The Wyckoff strategy, and then the Elliott wave. I really want to learn more about this. The Elliott wave is like I said, like all these strategies I don't really use particularly, but I can see how they work because I use some of that analysis. And that's the great thing about technical analysis is that's why you can't actually be taught how to be a trader because everyone develops their own strategies. Like everyone uses different theories. Like I guarantee you go to another channel, they're gonna trade completely different to me. It's the same principles, but their trading style is going to be different. So people are like, how do I be a good trader? Can you teach me? It's like, I really can't teach you because you have to figure out what works for you. I can teach you some fundamentals and you can use those to help you. Or, I can teach you some ideas and you can see if those work for you. But like those courses on like becoming a trader and stuff like that, like there's obviously some fundamental ideas when it comes to trading. Like these stock patterns, these are fundamental. It doesn't matter what you're trading, these always work. But then like the actual what indicators you use and stuff, that's what I love. I got criticized on YouTube channel when I mentioned Wyckoff. Oh, really? I don't criticize anyone off of their strategies. I think that, I'm sure people could criticize for how I trade or, what I do. But at the end of the day, if it works for you and you're making money, dude, whatever you have to do in the market, you have to do. I mean, if you're making money, hell yeah. I mean, I want everyone to make money in the market, but very interesting. Yeah, I know there's a lot of people that trade or I know there's a lot of people that use for example, people are really, really big into the moving averages, and I agree, moving averages are very helpful. Or there's also the impulse moves, but yeah, the EMAs are actually one of the biggest things people use, the indicators, and I know people really like them, especially VWAP. VWAP, you can see kind of where the price shelf is. You can see a lot of things off of the EMAs. I do use the 200 EMA on growth stocks. A 200 EMA, if it's above, it's pretty bullish. Below is bearish. But you won't see me trade with EMAs that often because I find it that it just makes the screen look a lot more complicated than it needs to. That's why I just use RSI and MACD. But yeah, there's a lot of people that will tell you that RSI is stupid. But yeah, that's what I love about trading. There's so much different strategies, and I think they all can potentially work as long as it works for you. If we go into these strategy indicators, we have so many things, and under the studies, and then even strategies. I mean, look at all that stuff. Um, and I know there's people that use there's a lot. That's what I love about the market. It's pretty cool. I agreed. It's difficult to teach someone to trade. It's all about mindset. I also trade forex. It's much harder to be profitable. Yeah, and I know I have never traded forex, but I've heard forex is very interesting as well. Forex, I'd actually be I correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like forex trading is a lot of just patterns, stuff like this. I feel like I would maybe have a general idea how stocks move. But yeah, that's what I love. I mean, there's different indicators that I learned to use quite often. I'm sure there's indicators out there that I would like. I just haven't tried. Um, and then it's also important to know that I feel like I focus more on the actual financial side of stocks. It tends to be than most anything. I mean, chart setups are to get maybe a good entry, where to sell, but for the most part, if you're holding a long-term company, the financials are more important than the actual chart. Like the chart is important. It depends what you're doing. Like swing trading, I would say that the chart is more important, but the financials and catalysts are too. So there's definitely, I always think that's a very interesting dynamic as well. Some people focus more on charting. I feel like I do a lot on charting, but I really like looking at financials as well. I need to check my growth. We haven't checked SPY. I don't really want to check my growth portfolio, but we're gonna do it. Okay, looks like SPY definitely is gonna drop today. UVIX is starting to curl. Okay. It'd be nice to have a green day on SPY. Down $50. Okay, I can live with that. Thoughts on FAMI? Sure, we can do it. If you guys are just joining in, welcome, welcome. Let me make sure I'm on multi-chat. Damn it. Okay. See, I don't know why your comment didn't show up right here. So sorry if I didn't read your comics. Okay, we'll look at neg and then we'll look at FAMI. Sure. If the chart's bad, you have to kind of give me an idea. Okay, so neg, yeah, super super good growth. Looks decent. Doubled from COVID lows, which SPY did. So it concerns me that there's not. Oh wait, it's not G, it's neg. Okay. Geez, what a drop. So same story with this is that I wouldn't buy. I think that this could fall all the way down to um, what we're going to see is that you SPY. So look, once we break, I don't know. It's really hard to analyze this chart. I would say no on neg. I still think it can fall for quite a ways. FAMI. Yeah, I'm still holding Wish. It's been beaten down today, but it is what it is. I still am bullish about the company. Just the price has changed. FAMI, what I'd want to see is that what I'm interested in is if we can break this 0.2936 level. I'll give you guys some more info. When we have a gap down, the first red candle is what we call our pivot point. If we can break above this red candle, we'll fill this gap upwards. But until we can, I'm not interested. But there is a big gap, 25%. So if we can break this 0.934 level, it could be time to go long. I would encourage everyone to click on the like button. Thanks, Salve. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Yeah, YouTube. I will look into Patreon for you guys. I'll give you guys some more info when we have a gap down. I appreciate all of the support as well. But yeah, like I said, very annoying. A lot of my stocks have been getting hit hard today, but geez, XP is down 5%. This thing is just like a falling rock. It's so annoying. Ugh. Here's what it is sometimes. We'll see XPB up 10% whenever the market turns back. Only down 0.8% today on my portfolio. But yeah, I'm still holding Wish. Like I said, just with this market, growth has been taking a hit. It just is what it is. You're not gonna. It just kind of is what it is. I am gonna just say I am gonna cut it in 15 minutes. I do have class today, unfortunately. Um, Big unfortunately, but who knows? Maybe we'll see. Sometimes at this power hour, we've seen SPY go up a whole point. It's crazy. SPY is very interesting. Thanks. We'll try to catch you next time. Yeah, I'll still stay on for a while here. If you guys, I have been really, really bad. I need to get back in the. I usually am live like 15 minutes before the market. I've been kind of an hour late these last few days. I had a long weekend and I've been trying to catch up on sleep, but ideally I would like to get live at 7:30. Mondays and Wednesdays I have school, so I usually only stream for a couple hours. Today I didn't have my first class, so I got lucky. But running 100 puts on UNG, we'll see. But yeah, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays I'm live for the whole market, which is pretty cool. Natural gas, yeah, 100 United States, yeah, I think 100. I think puts on this, yeah, puts on this. This is what I'm talking about. This is a great idea. So we see, well, maybe not. Looks like the trend changed. We're starting to see some lower lows, lower lows. My only problem here is that with this graph, we could potentially just see another flag be forming, like a flag right here. But seems like it's pretty overextended. But I still think we have a lot of momentum upwards. So short term, maybe. So short term, possibly, but who knows? Oh, yearly puts. Okay. If you're buying yearly, I could understand that. That could make sense. Yeah, SPY looks heavy. And I know most of our plays follow IWM. IWM's down 0.5% today. IWM just is what it is. Love to see a bounce on IWM maybe. Thanks for your time. Great show. Appreciate it. Thank you as always, Charlotte, for being here. Appreciate everyone being here. I remember all the names. And actually, that could make sense. Yeah, SPY looks heavy. And I know all of our. Where were names in the growth sector that have been hit hard, but you're also bullish on? Great question. I like that question. So gold, silver, SPY. I don't. Gold and silver aren't going to crash. Any hope for DM? We'll look at. Okay. All right, you got to chill out a little bit, Barry, with the comments. Okay, we got a lot of people talking. Okay, this is great. Where were the names in the growth sector? I'll just take these one at a time. So that's a great question. Growth sector that's been getting hit hard. What I think too is China. China, for example, Futu. I love Futu at these levels, especially this 90. I think it should be a $500 stock. We're going to take some time just to look at these Chinese names once again. Futu is an amazing company. Look at this growth year to year. Almost 300% growth year over year. When we look at finance, this is a hyper growth stock. Financials, look at this. We look at these numbers, how fast we're growing, almost doubling every year. But because of China and growth stocks have been hitting hard this year, we're still down in this 90 range. Love that stock. Same thing with Tiger. Tiger's another one from China with amazing potential. They've just been beaten down. If we're talking about US, I love APPS. This is my favorite long-term company ever. So yes, that should be a couple for you. I'm trying to talk about it. It's not on Root. I've been bag holding. Love the potential. Curious what you can see. So I know definitely Root could have been a squeeze. For me, honestly, Root. The last chance we have is to hold 519. If we break 519, what we're really seeing is lower lows, lower lows, lower lows, lower lows. I don't like it. The last chance it has is maybe 510. After 510, I would definitely cut it. We have a long ways to go. Wondering if we will still have a correction on S&P. It's been consistently bullish due to inflation talks, but it can only do for so long. Yes, but here's the thing. Unless something can, I don't even know why it's going down that much. Let's talk about what SPY just got, nice. There's what we call as fear mongers, and there's people that always think the market's going to crash. If you think the market was always going to crash, you see it, keep going up, you always think it's going to crash. What my thesis is that I'm so bullish on my stocks, long term, that I don't really care if it dips because I know they're always going to be back up. With SPY, what has changed in the U.S. economy in the last month that would make it shift down? Nothing has physically changed. There's not been new monetary policy. Now, if we start to, cut back rates and stuff like that, that's different. But there's been nothing yet that has been on paper that changes. Same thing with a company. If the company's price goes down and nothing has changed about the company, we're not going to sell it. The U.S. economy, nothing has happened. I do agree inflation is bad, but just we were on this uptrend for so long and nothing has happened yet. A correction is 10%. So if you do believe the correction, you'd want to buy. If you do think a correction is incoming, you'd want to be a buyer. Nice green candle so far. I would love to see a spinning top. 4.8 to about 420 is where your correction is. If you do think that'd be your target to be buying. BBIG. So the problem with BBIG is that I've been out for a long time now. Once it broke this 975 level, I've been out. Doesn't look like we're going to see any bounce. Don't think it's time for a dip buy. Glut is coming soon. All commodities. Okay. So I'd rather not too many fear mongers being here. Once it broke this 975 level, I've been out. Doesn't look like we're going to see any bounce. Don't think it's time for a dip buy. All right. Glut is coming soon. All commodities. Sorry, I just had to mute you. You got to stop fear mongering people, and you got to stop spamming too. I'd appreciate that. I've been muting you before. Probably should have given you a warning first, but there needs to be no fear mongering in here. BBU huge dilution. Yeah, we could see definitely a big dilution coming for sure. I'm surprised there wasn't a big dilution at the top, to be honest with you. We can fear monger all day about what could happen, but at the end of the day, fear mongering is not going to get us anywhere. We need to look at the facts. We need to look at the technicals. Saying something's just going to drop. Sure, could we be in correction territory? Most definitely, but I just don't really think that. George Sharp on Twitter bought puts on BBI, showed huge dilution. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, definitely a big dilution coming through. I would agree. BBIG, once it broke that trend, that's what I'm worried about. Look at this. We have this huge run up $2 to $12. Once we break this trend, same thing is going to be true for CEI and DAX. Once we break that trend, you got to get out. This could have been the top right here. I don't know. But these parabolic moves always end badly. I just want to remind you guys, Mr. Zach Morris, I'm sure you follow him. He called Sundial. Yes, great call. He probably called, $1 to $4. But eventually these parabolic moves are going to see downside. So keep that in mind with your trading. Well done, Austin. Badberry. Yeah, Badberry. Yeah, I don't mind conflicts and opinions, but I don't. Anyone short CEI? No, I'm not really going to short a stock that has so much. I honestly wouldn't short this stock no matter what. This could be explosive either way, unless we saw something crazy happen. But I'm not going to really short these. I'm not saying that CEI is going to go down. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying once the momentum changes, it's going to go down fast. I also appreciate all the subs on YouTube. I don't know how many we've gotten today, but you guys know I appreciate it. I don't know why I don't come up like the first person. Do I add CI for a quick day trade? I think we've already passed that, but I'd say no. Sorry, let me take a look at Twitch. I'm curious to see. Okay, so we have one follower we've got on Twitch today. Okay, interesting. So we have. All right. What are your current investments? The revenue 100K and lost 10 million a year. October 15th is catalyst date for BIBG. Sure. Did anyone? CEI is terrible company. The revenues are terrible. They're going to continue to be terrible. It's not an investment, okay? It's a momentum play. Let's get that. I want you guys to really understand. CEI was at 30 cents. I think it should be a 30-cent company. A lot of momentum has moved it. A lot of people are on it. Terrible company long term. That's why you don't want to be holding on to it. Um, Let me do this right now. You guys are curious about my long-term growth portfolio. I just switched that up. I just updated it. So let me go to share. If you guys are curious about finding this list, it's going to be my Twitter. You can follow my Twitter. The link is in bio of this video. Just tweeted out what my long-term growth portfolio is holding. I actually chopped down a couple of names recently, but I want you guys, this information is available if you come here. Right here, I just tweeted it out. You should be able to see this right here. These are what I hold, and this is not right. This return is not, this 1 year return is about 180%. But if you guys go in here, here's my top holdings. This is what I change this around quite often, but this is kind of what I'm holding right now in my long-term growth portfolio. I kind of put a little bit back into some larger cap. Yeah, the underlying assets of CIG and Iron. Yes, that is important. Yeah, the underlying. Thanks, Sal, for the sub. I appreciate it. When we think of the underlying, so that's what I'm talking. When we're talking about the underlying, so yeah, oil is underlying. It's dipping hard, so we could see a dip on CEI. The same thing is, for example, real estate. I'm really, really bullish on this long-term stock, FTHM, but real estate's not doing crazy right now. So we always got to pay attention to our sector movement as well. That is important to note as well. Do like that. This is what I'm going to do though. Need to use the restroom. I have to get ready for school, unfortunately. I set up my Vanguard ETF. I made an analysis. I make more profit swing trading than actual ETF. Yeah, I think I sold out of my Vanguard ETF. I made an analysis. Make more profit swing trading than actual. Yeah, I think it's good to have a mixture. It depends. Like my swing, I have a swing trading portfolio long term. Real estate going to crash. Going to crash. You can't really use going. It might. It definitely might. It's been pretty overextended, but time will tell. CEI is getting hit hard right now. A lot of sellers coming out. I'm gonna end the video here. MKD is the next guy in my opinion. Look at the identical winner. Well, look. I'm up 30 minutes per so far. Would you mind taking a look? We'll look at those. Yeah. Answer your last questions. I'm gonna be heading out here in a few minutes. So ask away if you got any questions. Spur. Spire Global. You have. It looks okay. We do have a nice flag forming potentially. I wouldn't add a position, but I would definitely, if you have a good position, I would hold it. I wouldn't let really really bad day for Spur. Not really bullish on this chart. It could see bounce. I would probably sell it. Don't really like it too much. Thoughts on marijuana stocks? Thank you, great info today. Really appreciate it. Yes, Janelle, you were welcome as always. Thanks for being here. Marijuana stocks. I don't know. I'm not really bullish on marijuana at all. Until it gets federally legalized, I would say no. I'm not bullish. It could have some big jumps. But yeah, JP Morgan is always a buy in my opinion. It's one of those dividend monsters, got a lot of cash on hand. So yeah, I think JP Morgan's always a buy, especially on dips, like JP Morgan's business model as well. Gonna end it here. I'll look at MKD. I'm gonna end it here. I hope you guys have a good one. I'm live every day, so just follow. I put out videos. We broke this long-term resistance line almost until we start to see some more volume, which we are. I'd want to see it break out of this first. So if it can reclaim about this 40-cent area, I would say the play is intact. Thanks for the YouTube feed. Really appreciate it. It's been valuable. Yes, you're welcome. Barris, 100% calls. All right. I appreciate everyone being here. I'm going to end it. I'll be in the chat for a little bit longer based on. Thank you guys.